Tell them that it's human nature way. Okay. What's good, people? Hope everyone's well. We're just going to continue from yesterday's puzzle rush. My internet literally crashed. So run out. My internet crashed and we was on our PB yesterday. So it only showed 56 and we done 57. It's weird. My stream ended when it was 56, although I did do 57 before the internet affected my actual laptop. Hi, Space Peanut. Big up yourself. Just connecting my chats, and we haven't lost a life amazingly, but we have looked at this puzzle for the last minute or so, and my only ideas is that, okay, we can sacrifice the rook because of the king has to take due to this mate threat. What is it called? This is called Puzzle Rush. We're just finishing this game off. So in our last stream, we got to 57 and my internet crashed and we're continuing it. So Puzzle Rush is a game on chess.com which many top players play. Hikaru, is one massive advocate of it, and you get 3 different game modes, one with 3 minutes, one with 5 minutes, and one with unlimited time. We're playing the one with unlimited time, and basically you do puzzles, and you've only got 3 lives, and the puzzles get incrementally harder. So the puzzles are going to get harder and harder. You get one wrong, you lose a life. You've got 3 lives maximum. We haven't lost any lives yet. What's going on, DJ? Thanks for joining. Do I remember Albie King? I can't say that I do. Is that your chess.com name or is that another viewer's name? Loving the shirtless arc. Yeah, it's very hot, Azam. Thank you so much. It's we've had a heat wave in UK, so if I'm wearing this woolly hat, I have to sacrifice the shirt. It's one of them ones. Um, King Rowan's, yeah, I remember King Rowan's. Big up yourself. It's super hot in Ireland here too. Yeah, I'm shirtless right now. Yeah, yeah. I normally sleep shirt. I used to wear my robe and stuff like that. Obviously, it was cold. It was obviously colder then. But obviously, when I go to bed, obviously you're butt naked. I won't show you the bottom off. Don't worry. I'm not sitting here butt naked right now. But King Rowan's is me. Yeah, big up yourself. Be back soon. Okay, cool, cool. Take it easy, bro. Enjoy your weekend. You do you, my G. But yeah, we're gonna play some Blitz after and then play our viewers. This shouldn't take long because I can't imagine I'm gonna try my best because we're on our PB. The highest we've ever got is 56. But anyway, we can sack this rook, but I don't think it works because of this rook's gonna get under fire. Any sort of lift that I do to kind of infiltrate on the H rank isn't gonna work. He's gonna have some sort of perpetual, right? So for example, let's sack, he takes. If I try to do this, he's coming here, I go up, he can come here, I go here, and he will lock me on the H file, and the rook won't ever be able to get into the game. So the only other thing that I've come up with is that if we come here, it's an immediate mate threat, right? He has to deal with this. So I think the only way he can deal with it is by pushing these pawns twice, okay? He pushes these pawns twice. Then I got into a bit of a predicament, I'm not quite sure. I think we go here because we're setting up a pin, right? We're pinning so we can now take this pawn and we're threatening to come to h3 with our queen. Now, once we come here and he pushes both our pawns, we step up. Because he's now pushed this pawn, I was considering that, is he going to push this pawn? But he can't because we can just take. So the more I look at it, I like this move. Now, I don't know if it's the right move. We might get it wrong. Hey, thank you so much, Yoshi. Big up yourself. Everyone inside. We're going to be playing some Blitz after. Like I said, we're just going to try and finish off this puzzle rush that was ended early due to my internet crashing out last night when we were streaming, which was unfortunate. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do it. If we get them wrong, we get it wrong. We're already at my personal best. We only ever hit 56 before, so I'll be happy to hit 57. I would recommend you guys to really try and work out the whole puzzle in your head when you're doing lower level puzzles. If you're someone who's a lower level, try and do them. I'm just gonna play this move. If we get it wrong, I can't really see the full win. If I come here, he goes there. If I come here, I'm not sure what his next move is. That's what I mean. I think whatever he does, we should be able to take this pawn at the very least. Whether we're going to have time to deliver a mate, he might find some sort of resource to kind of interject. Or, or obviously, if he comes here, he's creating immediate counterplay. So if he comes here and attacks my rook, where my queen's now going to be here, I'm assuming we have to slide over. We have to be very careful of him coming here with his perpetual. At the moment, our rook's there, so it's all good. But anyway, I'm just going to play this move. We get it wrong, we get it wrong. It's all good. We're going to go play some blitz. But we have got 3 lives. One question is, can you get rid of any car brand? What car brand would it be? Interesting question, man. Um, Interesting. I'm not really... I don't know. What car brand would you get rid of? Maybe just one that breaks down all the time. What's one that's notoriously for breaking down? Fords? Fords are quite unreliable, am I right? Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Is it going to be wrong? First move is going to be wrong. There isn't any other idea, right? Hyundai, yeah, you just got to get rid of them cars that with built-in obsolescence. I mean, I don't like built-in obsolescence, even though um, it's very much a marquee of our time when it comes to capitalism. If anyone don't know what built-in obsolescence means, it's the idea that things are now built to break, right? So cars in the 1950s and 60s, old models, people still have them today and run. Now they build cars and, you know, within 5, 10 years, 15 years, they're breaking down, right? You also get them with phones, you get it with everything, right? Things ain't made to last, which is obviously, um, you look at someone like Aristotle starts talking philosophy, but you know, what is a good thing or a perfect thing is something that does its purpose, and I can't really be bothered to get into, you know, Aristotle's philosophy. Okay, we got this right, but I would highly recommend you to go look into it if you've never looked into it. Interesting guy. Okay, father of medicine. Considered the father of medicine. Done a lot of groundbreaking research in nature and that as well. Student of Plato, student of Socrates, all that good stuff. Okay, so we got the first move right. Okay, now the only move that I feel like makes sense comes here, because then we're stopping him from being able to push the pawn because we'll be able to take this. We're also setting up a pin, so we're threatening this, and I just don't know what he does. I'm assuming he does something like this and attacks my rook, right? I'm assuming he attacks my rook. That seems like a good move to do. But once we come here, we should be gravy. Should be onion gravy. Okay, I'm gonna play G4 again. If we get it wrong, it's because I suck. And hey, unless you're Magnus Carlsen, I think everyone sucks at chess. Oh, excuse me, guys. Just had some fajitas. This is the real question. James, what's your favorite type of food? So I just had Mexican food. I think Mexican for me is number 2 or 3. Number 2 or 3. I'll go maybe 3. Um, Top 2 spots reserved for until after. He could actually take on H4, then go look and check, and then take the H pawn, mate. He can take on H4. No, but the problem, do you mean me? Do you mean me sacrifice my queen? I don't think I can sacrifice my queen here. I don't think I can sack my rook check G8. David, I don't understand this line. No, I'm not sure I can, because once I take and I take, okay, I have to take this pawn. Oh no, wait. Take, check. Oh my gosh, you're right. I can sack. Oh my god. David, what's your elo? David, what is your elo? Yeah, no. I can see it now, bro. I can see it. It's right. Queen sack. Always calculate a queen sack. 2200. Nice, bro. Nice. Is that OTB or like rapid or blitz or whatever? Oh, damn. The queen sack is. Oh, how didn't I calculate the queen sack? I spent more time on this move than on this move. I can. You don't take first, right? 2000 OTB and 2200 rapid. Damn. Yeah, you're G. I've never played OTB. I've never been to a chess club. Never had a chess coach. Just kind of been playing consistently the last couple of years or so. I'm not accepting challenges at the moment. Thank you for challenging me, though. I will be playing streamers at the end. Be playing viewers at the end of my stream. I recently hit 2000 rapid though. Long story short, I'm 2000 rapid and my peak is 1800 blitz. I'm about 1700 at the moment though. Unfortunately, you know the road way it is. Lost a couple hundred leader. You should try it. I just started this last year. Won two tournaments, flawlessly won every game. Yeah, I'm looking into it. I've got something coming up over the summer which is going to be awesome that I'm really been kind of training towards and looking forward to doing. And I'm thinking of starting after that. Maybe I'll go to a chess club within the next month as well. But like I said, I've got something going on over the summer which is going to cause me to be busy. But I think I am going to go to be. I've been thinking about it more so than ever because of it's going to force me to improve. Plus, I'm lucky enough to live in London, so the chess clubs I'm going to go to, there's going to be titled players everywhere, right? So to be able to sit down and look at positions and get their ideas and insights, you know, I've only obviously you can watch content creators and their videos. I'm gonna play H4 because like my guy says, thank you so much for David for helping. Like I would likely really I should have spent more time on this, right? You know, I only spent like a minute or two. I should have calculated the queen set. I I calculate. I thought initially you take with H4 pawn. That's why I didn't see that you give this check first. Of course, you give this check first and then you take. If you take the H pawn straight away, then obviously you can push and escape, right? But you need to sack, check, oh, and then mate. What's your PB on puzzle rush? Queen sack and pawn check with a rook take on H. Yeah. I think so. This is it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it, guys. If we can hit the big 60, then god damn. God damn, we're playing OTB. I'm kind of scared to let go of my mouse. Do I let go? Yay, let's go. 58. Wow. Big up, David. Shout out. I don't know if you create content or whatever, but you know, give us a like and a follow, guys. If you like what you see, and if you're a content creator, let me know because I will follow you back for sure. I know it's hard to grow this YouTube and Twitch stuff, and everyone on Twitch, everyone inside, whether you're on Kick, Twitch, or YouTube. Thank you so much. We've only been creating content since the end of last year, guys. Um, Mainly because of someone just added me as a friend. Cito, big up yourself. Thank you. Tito talks on all socials. So if you want to play a game in a bit, let's hit the big 60. That's it. That's it. Let's go. All right, so checks, captures, threats, guys. Let's look at stuff methodically. Have we got any checks in the position? I don't think so. Any captures in the position? Yeah, we could sack this, which is obviously a massively forcing move. You would like to think so. Could also take this, which could also be good. Um, the rook is also just hanging, but our rook's hanging. So we could sack and then take his rook. Let's do a material count. So he's got two majors, three minors. We got two majors, three minors. So once we take this, let's say he takes with the queen or the knight, it doesn't really matter. Maybe the knight if he wants to develop. Um, but the queen also seems to make logical sense. But it isn't that forcing. Come and think about it, he's going to hop straight in here. Wow, and that's basically mate. Well, not basically mate, that is mate. So we would have to take the rook first. We have to take the rook first. We have to give up this, right? And technically we're up the exchange. Okay, so we have to see your opponent's ideas as well, guys. As much as you do checks, catches, and threats, you have to be considerate of your own opponent's ideas. Because now, once you see this, if it isn't a check, just because I'm attacking the queen, it isn't forcing enough, right? This is why captures and threats come after checks. We call them forcing moves, but then they're nowhere near it. You know, intermezzo, right? I don't know if sounds like an Italian word, but you know, basically an in-between move. So now I'm thinking we have to take this, right? Because we have to nullify the threat of this queen. And if he takes back, we can activate our queen. You know, the bishop's kind of stuck. Obviously, he can push this pawn, and he would win our. He, okay. So you see in this, we take. He's also then going to win our bishop, which is kind of crazy. So now, once you see that, if he takes our bishop, we have to take with the bishop, not the queen. You'd love to activate your queen slightly. By activate, I just mean, you know, anytime you get it more closer to the center and up the board, you know, our queen doesn't look too happy at the moment. But, you know, as much as that's a principle, right? Chess principles. I'm trying to use principles to aid my calculation. But my favorite quote of Daniel Naroditsky, obviously RIP, is principles are there to aid your calculation. The key word is aid. Calculation is always king, as he says. Calculation is always king. You know, that's why sometimes, you know, the queen's the strongest piece on the board, but, you know, the game's to win the game, sometimes you're going to need to sacrifice your queen, as we saw in the previous puzzle. Calculation is king. Shout out man like David. He's threatening e4 mate. He's threatening e4 mate. He's threatening e4 mate. He said he's threatening e4 mate. I can't see that. But once I take the rook, I think we have to take the rook. I think we've already. I feel like taking the rook is a must. I think this is the move. This is the only candidate move I can really understand, because if we don't get rid of it, he's threatening h5 mate, which is whatever we do, we have no other forcing move. If this rook's left on the board, his next move is mate. So it's more just about then seeing if he takes this. Where you're saying e4 mate, I don't understand. Once we take this, how can he mate us on e4? We're on the dark square. If we take this, he can push. Wait. Let's say he doesn't take our rook. This is the only other thing we haven't calculated. Is that if we take the rook and he gives a discovered check. No, wait, yeah, it's looking kind of perilous. We take. Yo, we take, he pushes, it's check. Because if you come here, he can take with check again, right? Or with the pawn. If you come here, this don't look great. Then he will be able to slide him. You come down, you come to the dark square. We can't even get to the dark square, so we have to walk into the check. We have to walk. Wait, here, there, check. We come here. He takes. Either way he takes, we have to come here. He then takes, we take. 1, 2, 3 pawns. He's also got an extra pawn than we have. But you could argue that if this comes off and these pieces come off, and we eventually get the bishop after the trade, you can't even say that we're more active. We're probably just losing. I mean, I guess we're slightly more active. I guess our rook's better placed than his rook. We're immediately attacking this and threatening that. Damn. Okay, I can't see what's going on, but I'm pretty sure we have to do this. Yeah, but like, queen covers h5. Queen covers h5. You're right. The queen does cover h5. Damn, why didn't I see that before? Okay, yeah. So if he takes this, he takes this. You're right. You're right. Queen does cover h5. Queen covers h5. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So we take the bishop. He takes. Uh, takes the bishop. We take. Still want to discover check. We're obviously getting pinned. The other thing is that if we don't get rid of this rook though, I know the queen is coming h5, like he's cutting us off, right? The king can't ever come back. Like it isn't just about the fact he's pinning the queen. It's the idea that once he gives us discovered check, we can't step backwards. We're gonna have to step up, which again that just looks perilous. It might even be an immediate mate. Um, the queen does cover h5, but I still think the rook has to go, guys. I think the rook has to go, guys. And you know what? It's my decision. I don't know if I don't get this e4 threatening mate. David's too high. I don't understand this e4 is threatening mate move. Maybe he's talking about these kind of these ideas if you leave the rook on the board. But again, guys, if we get it wrong, we get it wrong. I can't be relying on 2200s and etc. all the time. Obviously, I need to get it myself. If we get it wrong, guys, we get it wrong. I feel like we spent a lot of time. Again, I really implore you to do the whole puzzle in your head, guys, and up to like level 50, that's exactly what I'm doing. After level 50, I kind of just try to find candidate moves. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough yet to kind of visualize the board. I still try to, but so far it's unsuccessful. But you just have to trust the process. I remember when I couldn't visualize the board after level 20 and 30, right? You try and do the best you can, then if you stayed at a position for several minutes, 10 minutes. If I was off stream, I'd spend a lot of time, but I'm aware that I'm on stream and it's probably not the most entertaining thing. You guys probably want to come and see some Blitz and play some games against me and whatnot, which we will get into. But I'm going to just take on h6. Why not? Why not? Because it's probably the wrong move. But he then gives a discovered check. We come back. He can take or come take. We get onto the light squares. The rook's covering any sort of bishop infiltration. And he can't really get his pieces into the game. Like you said, once the rook's gone, we're covering h5. The bishop won't be covering. Come to think about it, when he gives this check, we can just take with our knight as well. We can take with the knight. The king will be here. Maybe that allows this check. We should be able to find some sort of cover with an army. Okay, I'm taking the rook, guys. Want me the truth? The world is about to end. Okay, world didn't end. Thank me, thank me. Iran, everyone. The nuke didn't go off. Okay, all right. So we calculate this, right? He's giving us the discover check. The only move we can't. I guess we can come here. Yo, we can come here, but I don't like this bishop here. But the bishop is soon coming off. The bishop is soon coming off. This move allows us to take and take. But maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe, but I don't like this because of here, right? You have like literally if I come here, I'm putting myself in a mate in there. Like I'm literally putting myself in a mate in there. I know the queen can't get there yet, but it looks scary. But maybe I need to just trust my calculation. I mean, putting yourself here doesn't look too great either. But if he takes, we take. Maybe hide behind the pawn, but then he's going to get connected passes. Maybe we do take, he gives this check. I will just be able to run back. Not that I'm extremely safe here, but maybe I am. As soon as my queen comes here, and that would force the queens off, for example, if he was here. What if I block with my rook? Is that stupid? Just giving up the rook? Yeah, I think that is stupid. Okay. If we step here as well, we're stopping. I guess the queen, this can block. Oh, no. He is going to be able to infiltrate. Yo, wait. If we come here, he takes. He has this check. And he'd win my knight. So maybe I have to come here. Maybe I have to come here and I just have to trust that the bishop's coming off real soon. So I'm going to be able to hide behind g8. I don't think I can step in front of my bishop. I think we have to walk into this mate in there. And just trust that nothing's coming onto the h file anytime soon. This is where the queen watching h5 is actually very important, even though we was obviously looking at, I was thinking about not leaving the rook on. Yo, walking into this is crazy. He's gonna get connected passes potentially, but we're happy with that. We're happy with that because we're up the exchange. We're up material. Yes, he's got some sort of counterplay, but an engine should be able to win this. Guys, what are we thinking? Sack the rook, but I don't know what to do after. Sack the rook. Could sack the rook. Give the material back, but I don't like the queen potentially having a square. I know our king would be here, but the idea of our king block being the defender of this square is crazy. D7 rook. We're in check, bro. Oh, shit, yeah, bro. Bro, I'm so bad. I didn't even consider that. We can take away the check. We can take away the check. Okay, I don't know if that is the right move, but it would stop this idea. We hit him with the thunder. He has to take back, and then we save our bishop. And this queen knight, that has to be winning. That has to be winning, right? Wait, no, because he takes a check, so we ain't gonna be able to save our bishop. Wait, he takes a check. It's still kind of the same problem. It's still kind of the same problem. But let's say I go here and he takes, I take, he takes. What is it, queen? We are still up material. We are still up material. and we would win that pawn at the end. So we wouldn't have connected passes. Damn. Damn, but this is probably right just because we are still up material. We are still up material. But I just don't check. The thing is that once he gives that check, I have to step in front because he'll have, if I was to go back after this, he has access to the H file, right? He has access to it. That's the difference if we do take this. Right, we give check. We have to come here now. Okay. If he takes with his pawn, if he takes this as well, he's got a monster of a bishop. Absolute monster of a bishop. I mean, he's going to get potentially a monster of a bishop anyway. But if I am here, I can take away the pawn. And if he takes back with the knight, my king could take. Damn, this is confusing as hell. Okay, try and visualize this board, Tilo. Okay, this seems a bit more forcing, so we should consider this. He takes a check. I have to come here, right? Yeah, I literally have to go there now. So that is a forcing line. So here, there, here. Let's say he gets the monster bishop. I take. We're threatening the bishop. Has he got any checks from there? No, he's got no checks other than to take back. Then I take with my king. Then he could slide over, give this check. And I'm going to be kind of, you'd like to think I'm kind of safe. Maybe. Okay, and then the other idea is we come back. He takes, or I guess he would take the rook, maybe. I take, and he comes here. And that's just even. We're just even in material, and he actually has an outside pass pawn. So I think you're right. I'm going to sack the bishop. This seems like a puzzle move because of, I think, like beginners and stuff like that. Sometimes when you see yourself in check, you kind of instantly feel like you have to move the king. And I'm talking to myself here the most because of that's what I was considering. Didn't even realize that. Of course, we can stop the discover check. Yeah, because your knight can take the bishop as well. Yeah, my knight can take the bishop. And obviously it does save this rook. I'm getting the reason why I'm up material is because of this piece that's initially under attack is going to do this. Takes, but we have to come here. He then take our king takes. Our king is the most advanced piece on the board. But with all these squares now below him, safe. Kind of safe. I feel like we should be able to skedaddle. Right? The good thing is that the rook's kind of locked in. If the b was on the b file, it'd be very different. So he has to take the pawn. Sack it. Sack it. Okay, let's sack the rook, baby. After rook sack, block queen check with g7 rook. Oh, yeah, see, I'm not even seeing this. I'm so bad at chess. I'm so bad at chess. Okay. Either way, we're sacking this. And it's wrong. Wow. Okay, I'm just clicking on it, guys. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, I just clicked on the wrong one. Damn. We just needed to go back, which is kind of crazy. How did I know you was walking into that mate in there? And we pick up the pawn. This was the exact position we did calculate. Well, but here we are up material. Yeah, I think we did see that. We did see this line. But I think the other one we was even more up more material. But I guess it just wasn't. I guess I think in the other line maybe he had connected past pawns. Let's work out. Take the knight was the right at some point. Yeah, for sure. He was definitely gonna do that at some point. Let me just see why this is losing. So we go here. And it's just a draw. Okay. Does this lose or win? There was an error of classifying the move. Why has that just popped up? Okay, we can just close that. That is the best move. Julian was right. It's definitely best move to block with thing. It's this monster bishop, right? And we're now pinned. This is actually losing. Oh, of course it's losing because we can't take back. So when I said come here, well, this is just ever so slightly worse. But his best move is this. Okay, yeah, this is what I calculated as well. But then here, Yeah, and it's just chess. It's just chess. It's just an even endgame. It's just completely drawn. So the only winning move is to go back because of the bishop ain't staying on the board. We're getting out of the main. We got. It's so not getting on the board. We even have time to grab this pawn before we even hide, which is kind of crazy. And I guess the most important thing here is that the bishop's pinned, which I didn't really kind of consider. Like, maybe that's why I didn't consider it so much as well, because of the knight can't develop, right? Which that means the rook's got multiple moves. So the more you kind of look at the position, the more you understand it. You just needed to look at it a bit more better. But GG guys. You know it is what it is. We lose a life, and yeah, let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Just because you're losing, it don't mean you're not improving, right? If you got everything right, you know, I got 57 right, but I feel like I learned more from that one I got wrong more than any of the other ones. Um, and it just means that we need to lock in. We need to lock in harder and better. So, guys, we can do this. We can get to 60. We've got 2 more lives. We've got 2 more goes at it. Let's do it. Make sure you have a little stretch. Check your posture. Drink some water. And all that good stuff. Hydration for the nation, baby. Okay. So we got 2 majors, 1 minor, 2 majors, 1 minor. We got a beautiful outpost. We would love to kind of get our queen onto some sort of check, although it doesn't really do much at the moment. He's got 2 pieces covering the ting. Obviously, we can Harangu this queen. We would drop this pawn. So I'm just kind of looking at little things in the position. We have no checks. Well, actually, we do have a check, which actually could be decisive. Potentially. Is the sacrifice worth it? Takes, he's got 2 different places to go. Oh no, oh wait. Here, there. Once we give this check, our queen can infiltrate. Wherever he goes. Wherever he goes, it's going to be mate. Not mate, but yeah, like basically. Or unless he starts sacking material. He comes here. Yeah, I think it's this off the bat, right? This one's quite easy because it's a check. Whenever you got a check, like, you know, checks are generally the easiest one. Checks captures threat out of the checks capture threats to find tactics. And I'm just liking this off the bat. Of course, if he doesn't take, we just win material. You know what, guys? I want to play some Blitz, and I want to play my viewers. I haven't actually played in a few days, except from a couple games off stream. I'm just going to trust myself. Probably should calculate more. Here, there, check. What if he blocks? We just take. Yeah, we just take with check, right? So that just doesn't change anything. If he slides over, the time our queen's here, the rook doesn't do... Oh, maybe it does. If he sacks the bishop, he can actually slide the rook over, which is kind of smart. But it's still got to be winning because we've just weakened his king so much. I mean, he's at the moment his position's better than us because of the king safety. Although you could argue that our king is fairly safe here. We're on a closed file. So we go here, he goes there. We give a check. He sacks the bishop. We take with check. He slides over. We bring our queen in, but he can now go here. But we then give this check. He then comes here. We give this check. He steps up, and that's mate. Alright. I think that we've calculated most of the lines. I think that's really good. I'm sorry I don't speak French, but big up yourself. Thank you for coming in. He takes a knight on per. Oh wait, but yeah, I didn't see that king dodge. Oh wait. Okay, I'll wait. Knight g4. No, knight g4 isn't forcing enough. Knight g4 isn't forcing enough. It's just a 1 move threat. This... no, it's just a 1 move threat. The reason why this is so good is because if he doesn't take, we get material. And we're getting our queen into the game, right? So I learned this from, again, probably Daniel Naroditsky, if I'm honest. He was basically my chess coach for, you know, a lot of the time, where the reason why, for example, why do gambits work? Yeah, gambits work because of they rely on quick development and your opponent taking pawns, or even you might even sacrifice a piece to keep the king in the center. And generally, when the king's in the center, it may have to tuck itself in, and then the rook on the H file or the A file can't get into the game. So although you've sacrificed 3 points of material and maybe even a couple of pawns, the idea is that if you've got your strongest points of material not doing anything, then it's effectively not in the game, right? Like giving up 3 points of material in this situation to activate 9 points of material, you know, it's when you actually think of the game like that, It's logical because at the moment, this 9 points, these 14 points of material are doing nothing. They're doing absolutely nothing in the game, right? But if I can give this 3 points of material away, suddenly things are becoming activated. Do you get what I mean? Um, it exposes his king. So there's like multiple different things when you should assess positions, right? It isn't just checks, captures, and threats. You want to be looking at pieces that are loose. So, for example, this is the only loose piece. This is a loose piece. Obviously, these two defend each other. King safety, pieces on the same files, pieces that are only defended by one piece. There's lots of different things. Your own king safety, piece activity, all these different things. So, like principally speaking, and looking at the calculation, I think this makes sense. Again, if I get it wrong, I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna try and get to 60. I'm gonna go for it. Yo, I did my first brilliant today. Big up yourself, man. I remember when I got my first brilliant. As long as you meant it, Cade or Sade. As long as you meant it, if you calculated it and do it, because sometimes you'll do brilliants by mistakes. If you was intentionally done the brilliant, that's when you first done it. And if you've done that, then big up on yourself, man. Shows that you're improving, and it shows that you're thinking at the game at a slightly higher level. Um, I really recommend beginners. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that you're a beginner because you've only got your first brilliant. Uh, that you don't really want to worry too much about sacrifices. If you're someone who wants to get to 800 or 1000 elo, I always tell people, remember, your opponents are constantly blundering and making mistakes. Just like you're making mistakes and blundering, they're making mistakes and blundering. So really, you just want to blunder check every position. Is one of my pieces under a threat? Is there some sort of basic tactic that I'm overlooking? Because if you can just play solid, I promise you, if you just play solid, learn to play solid, don't hang any of your pieces, your opponent is inevitably going to make a mistake. And that's when you capitalize. So if you're someone who's wanting to get to 800 and 1000 elo, sometimes low people are looking to sacrifice all the time and just, don't sacrifice unless you've calculated that it works. Don't just play hope chess and sacrifice something and be like, oh yeah, because I see a Karu do it or I see Tilo Talks do it, then, I'm going to do it. That's all stuff and great. It's like Messi. Everyone wants to play football like Messi, yeah? But no one gives a little kid a ball and says, oh yeah, run past the whole team. No, they learn to pass first. They learn to control the ball. They learn to dribble. They learn to use their teammates. I.e., master the basics. As a beginner, just focus on mastering the basics. Of course, be aware of sacrifices and brilliant moves and stuff like that, because if it's there, you should 100% do it. But don't play hope chess, okay? That stuff can come a bit later, kind of like positional sacrifices and things like that. Especially if you're someone who's like, why am I stuck at 500 elo? Why am I stuck at 600 elo? Because you're probably looking at kind of sacrifices too much rather than mastering the basics. Once you've mastered, you have to know the rules to break the rules, right? Master the rules, then you can break the rules, right? I hope that helps. Anyway, I'm going to play this move. Okay, wow. The only move we didn't consider, actually we did consider this move, right? Because we just said that we just take this. But now is there something stronger? Now is there something stronger? We was just going to take the rook, right? And we're up the exchange. But is there something stronger? Is there something stronger in the position? Reassess the checks. Could give this check. I mean, the only way. Why would he? So that shows you how strong these lands are. I think we literally did. I think there was literally false mate. Sorry, I need to. Man, this spicy fajita is coming up. Um, what's the far west lesser? You are like the Morpheus of chess. You know what? That's the best compliment I've ever got. Just because I love the Matrix. Queen behind the knight. Queen behind the knight. I can't bring the queen behind the knight because the bishop would take. Can you check again with the knight? Yeah, I was thinking this. Obviously, you can't come this way because the bishop would take. This way is interesting because if he comes back, my queen actually defends, right? And then I could bring my queen here, maybe slide my rook over or something like that. But actually, once I come my queen here, if he was to come back, I have this discovered check because the pawn's pinned. And if he was to come here, that would be mate. If he goes back, then I take. Then my queen could actually take. Yo, that is an interesting move. But what if he comes here or just here? I guess he could come here because that would stop my queen from being able to infiltrate. And I'd love for my queen to be able to come behind the knight, like someone suggested, but obviously it can get captured by two different pieces at the moment. Um, what about just queen here? He takes. I'm cutting the queen off. I'm cutting the king off. I come here. He slides up. I give a check. And that's mate, right? But that's hope chess, isn't it? What if he just comes straight here? My mouse just died. No. Oh wait, my mouse has just run out of battery, guys. One sec. I need to. How did I even? How do I even change the batteries on this thing? Oh, I think I have to charge it. Oh, I'm such a noob. Oh, we can't even play. Okay, let me charge this. One sec, guys. One sec, guys. We're gonna have to do these puzzles on our mousepad. Oh, what a noob! Okay, let's just do these puzzles on our mousepad, which is a bit annoying because I have it on a stand, so like my hand's gonna have to kind of be up here, and my sensitivity is way slow. Oh, okay, one sec. At least you're not in a live game now. Yeah, that would have been worse playing Blitz. Hopefully it charges. I mean, I should only need about 20 minutes to charge. Um, 10, 15 minutes to charge, and hopefully maybe I won't play Blitz online. I'll just play some of my viewers. Considering my mouse is low, I can't believe I didn't charge it. I hadn't charged it, and I can't even remember charging it if I'm honest. I thought it had batteries. Like I have batteries here because of my portable keyboard takes batteries. Um, so for some reason I thought it was battery. Uh, like a Wally. Literally nearly just broke my mouse like trying to open it up. And I kind of just saw the charger port. I was like, oh. Look, I done a Hikaru just then. I just went to grab my mouse and it's not even there. Playing with Ghost. Okay. Knight takes E1. King takes E1. Queen E5. Queen E5. Then blocks with the bishop. I mean, I mean, once we take the rook, it's more just seeing. Yeah, I think that maybe they're just trying to trick us. Like, why can't we just take it? Like, we're up material, right? Our material, like you said, we take, we get to activate our queen. If he blocks with the queen, we trade. If he blocks with the bishop, we just just slide our rook over. Or maybe, yeah, slide our rook over because now our queen's defending this pawn. Our queen's defending this pawn. One second, let me go into the settings and see if I can speed up this trackpad because this is so slow. What would it be under? Trackpad. That's what it would be under. Trackpad, tracking speed. Let's speed this mofo up all the way up to here. Is that too fast? Probably a little too fast because I'm not used to it. Seems a little bit better. Okay. Man, I don't know why I haven't got more juice. I might have to get some more juice in a sec as well. Normally I have bottles or multiple cups, but I've only got one mug and I'm nearly drank all. Okay, I'm gonna take the rook. Let's take the rook. Why not? Actually, what else was we calculating? There, if he runs, I give this check. Yeah, I mean, knights on the room are grim, right? So principally speaking, unless the king goes back, then we have some interest in, queen to g3, discover checks on f3, and all sorts of ideas. But again, we're playing hope chess. We're relying on the king going back to g1. If it comes to e2, I think we're just cooked. I'm going to take the rook. Again, if we get it wrong, it's because of, I can only have myself to blame. We could potentially also chuck in a little rook h8, but I'm not sure what that does. That's probably like the only really other move we should consider. I guess it just gives up this pawn and then we have no longer e5 after we take the rook. So okay, yeah, e5. Interesting. So he stops us coming to e5 by going there first. What about rook h8 now? He takes, I take. He takes, I take. And if he doesn't, let's say he just moves, then we can slide our queen to h. 7. Actually, no, wait. If we go here, he just takes there. Oh, no, he can't take there because then we'll take a check. You obviously have to calculate takes as well. If he takes, we don't actually have any fork. If the king was on f2, that'd be a brilliant move. Take, queen takes. I'm a bit risky, like doing this double clicking stuff on the trackpad. I'm not used to it, so maybe I won't do that. I see it. Azam sees it. Take the queen and then fork with a knight. Yeah, no, it doesn't fork though, does it? No, there is no fork, bro. That's what I just looked at. Either queen behind the pawn or threaten his queen with your rook. Queen behind the pawn. Yeah, I think we just need to move our queen out of the way. Yeah, queen behind the pawn looks good, if I'm honest. Queen behind the pawn looks not bad. We could also just go maybe b7 actually. b7 because we don't really need to blockade this pawn. Going to b7, we're still keeping an eye on the pawn, but we're also opening access to give check. Or I'm assuming he's going to take, but then we can come like here, threatening double attacks. See that? Threatening the rook, and we're going to win the f5 pawn. So maybe, so wait, we go here, he takes, we go a6. He does have another move, so I guess he could slide his rook over, stopping us from infiltrating, but then that would give up this pawn. So I think seeing this little maneuver is going to win us a pawn, but that is then going to allow the pawn push. But with the two rooks and the bishop, and it promotes on a light square, so the bishop, like I can put my rook behind the pawn. The bishop ain't going to be able to come in and be kind of like super annoying. We would obviously use this rook to blockade so that our rook keeps cover of this pawn. We'd use the A rook. The thing is, I don't like e7 because it's so passive. And another thing that you kind of learn, just like principally speaking as well, is that like, okay, you don't have any bishops, or they have a bishop. Well, he has a dark squared bishop. So ideally, he has control of the dark squares. Like if anyone's controlling it, like we need to play on the light squares, if anything, right? So putting my queen on the light squares seems to make sense as well. So I'm actually gonna go here. Although it does kind of um it does kind of block our queen in. I'm a king in. I think his next move would be to push this. I guess we can take rook over. It does kind of block our king in. Like our king's in a mating net again. Once we go here, we block the king's escape square. But I guess if he tries to push the pawn, we can come a5 and it would pin the pawn. You'd have to take the knight first. Yeah. Blockading this pawn with our queen seems to make a lot more sense than. I'm just gonna play. I think I'm gonna play b7. If he moves queen, you can take the bishop with check. If he moves the queen, so rook threatening queen looks nice. Because if he moves, yeah, no. If I threaten the queen, if I threaten the queen, he takes. Yeah, no, you are right. To be fair, we did look at this though, innit? So I go here, he takes, I take, he takes, and it's just winning. And I guess we're getting material off the board, right? It forces material off the board. That's the difference of the rook thing. Everything else keeps material on the board. When you're up material, you want material off the board, right? If you can trade down 4 pawns, they have got 2 extra pawns though, so we're technically not even up material, right? Technically he's up material. He takes the knight. Oh, no, wait. He takes, I take, he takes the knight. And there's 2 rooks first, a bishop and a rook, and he has an extra 2 pawns. So it's equal material, but you'd think that the endgame should favour the rooks, although it is actually quite a close position. Um, Threaten the queen and you're up, but you take his bishop. No. If I threaten the queen, he take he. Oh right. Oh yeah, of course the bishop's under attack and the knights, so he can't take. You don't have time to take both. That's the key. That's the key difference. That's the key difference. I go here. He takes. I take. He has to save his bishop, and then I can save my knight. Or he takes my knight, and I take his bishop. Genius. Sade. Bro, how you only just got your first brilliant move, bro? You're helping up 2,000 elos it. Yeah. Of course, it's just easy maths. It's just easy maths. I don't know why I didn't think how the bishop's still under attack, and if he takes our knight, I take the bishop. Big up yourself, bro. Like the stream, follow guys. You need to come back. I need your help. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, I need your 500 elo help, mate. You know what I mean? Because 500 plus 2,000 is 2,500. You know what I mean? So basically, we're like GMs together, you know? All right, let's do this. HA. We get it wrong, we get it wrong. It is what it is. Let's fucking go. He takes our knight first. But it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. But he does get an intimate, so he just forces the trade of the bishops. But that's what we wanted. And he done that as well because he was behind his passed pawn. But of course, we bring our rook over, slide our rook down, and we're eating up on e7. Nice and easy, guys. Nice and easy, guys. We are one away from 60. Bearing in mind, before this, my PB was 56. Before that, my PD was 55. We have just boosted ourselves. Shout out to David. I don't know if he's still in the chat. He obviously helped us out massively on one of them. Big up Sade, who we did calculate the line, and then we kind of just we just calculating so many lines that we're just forgetting. We're not you. The thing is, like, I know I'm kind of moving like Dave, no Stormzy in that kind of speech. You kind of like wobble over your speech, but it's the idea is that I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. We're gonna get there. We still got 2 lives. And yeah, let's just keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving. I'm not liking this trackpad. This is like making my arms uncomfortable. So I'm literally gonna have to kind of like do it all in my head and just move ahead at the end. Okay. All right. So checks, catches, threats. Do we have any checks in the position? Not that I can see. Not any. Not unless we want to sacrifice our queen. Of course, the pawn on d4 is defended by the knight on f5. Um. So what can we capture? Well, also what we have to consider here, which automatically we're going to probably have to start considering some sort of checks or something, is that we're getting mated, right? The next move for him is mate. Like we are getting mated. He's got too much pressure. He's got a discovered check coming. If we take the bishop, it's just mate. So we do need to do some something seriously forcing, either something that can nullify this queen, or some sort of checks that we can reposition our queen or our pieces, that we're adding extra defenders to this e7 square. But even if we add extra defenders, it may not be enough, especially with the discovered check. So this is a spicy meatball. This is a spicy mofo meatball. So we can take with check. He takes our queen with the knight. Also, we have got these 2 rooks. So 2 rooks are better than a queen. So if we did sacrifice the queen, what is the material count? It's actually even. Although our rooks are disconnected, which obviously does not favour. So this may actually be the best move. Guys, I think we need to sack. We take the bishop, and he's only got 2 minors and a queen. And we've got 1, 2, 3 minors. This knight's probably lost though, right? Let's face it, this knight's lost. So, but it keeps the game going. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns. We've got 5 pawns. You could argue that our pawn structure is better, right? He's got an isolated pawn. And actually it would be 4 pawns because we win this pawn. So we take, he takes, we take. I guess he just hops back though, right? He just hops straight back and he reignites the threat. And we got our rook. Our rooks have got no way to defend the square. So he just reignites the threat. We give a check, he takes. We take the bishop. He just hops back to f5. So that's the problem. Only queen check is forcing, but your knight is trapped. Queen f8, and my good 700 euro. Yeah. If you're seeing, if the idea, the most important thing, guys, again, the single biggest metric. I know I was just telling you to play solid and whatever if you want to get to 1,000, and do lots of puzzles. Do lots of puzzles. Don't worry too much about openings. I'd really just say focus on, just make sure you're playing the same opening. Make sure you're playing the same opening, and if something's e4, d4, right, or e5, d5, something like that. play something solid, play something consistently the same. Don't play lots of different opens because it just makes it harder, right? At the beginning, at least up to like 1400, 1500, just pretty much choose an opening, play it all the time. That's all you need to worry about the opening, right? Review your games. You'll find yourself getting trapped after the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh move. Review the game. You should review your games anyway, but that's how you just need to build up your opening repertoire. Just review your games and see, oh, I got trapped here. I was meant to play this. So next game, when they try to do that trap again, you're not going to get trapped. You're coming out of the opening somewhat even, right? Even if you're -1 or something like that, that isn't too bad because most games are won through tactics. They're going to get one in the middle game and the end game. So do lots of puzzles as a beginner, play solid. And then the other biggest metric, which is up to master level, basically, the single biggest metric that is going to improve your game is calculation. What is the definition of calculation? Well, that's what we're doing. Playing the game in your head, right? That's the most difficult thing to do, is to see what happens after 2, 3, 4 moves ahead. Not just in one line, but multiple lines, right? Considering all the possible lines, all the different positions. And of course, after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moves or something, you might get stuff wrong, but that's fine. You just have to trust the process, and over time, you're going to be able to see into the future more accurately, right? You're going to be able to see the more false in lines, what happens, and that is the definition of playing chess. When you're thinking, like we just started a puzzle. Oh yeah, I think this is the move. Just play it, then see what happens next, and then just play it, and you're just working one move at a time and never looking ahead. Well, you're never improving your calculation, right? Calculation is the single biggest metric that improves players all the way up to titled level, right? And beyond titled level, but then stuff like opening prep and end game knowledge becomes a lot more important as well. So just remember that as long as you're playing the game in your head, try and play the game in your head as much as possible. Don't just do one move threats. And this is why I say, even as a beginner, even if you run out of time, if you're playing a 10-minute game and you're there and you get a winning position, but you lose on time because of you was there and you're actually calculating, okay, you're losing elo, you might have lost that game, but long term, you're going to benefit crazy, right? It's like playing an instrument. You can't play a song at full speed straight away. It's much more important to hit the notes correctly, the correct notes, but slowly. But slowly. If you're just trying to play full speed and you're hitting all the wrong notes, and it's going to sound like shit, right? As long as you're hitting the correct notes, you can build up your speed over time. That's the same thing with puzzles, right? Same thing with playing chess. Even if you find yourself losing on time a lot, but you're in winning positions, see the benefit in that. Over time, you're going to be able to calculate faster and faster and get a bit quicker and better at it, right? So just trust the process, and I hope that helps for you beginners. I know I'm kind of uh, I do this when I can't work out puzzles, guys. I try to waffle my way out of the puzzle, but the puzzle's going nowhere. The problem isn't going anywhere. I can push it to the side, but it's still here. So I'm trying to. I need to get in them puzzles. Yeah, for sure. Do puzzles every day. You should be doing at least 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 10 puzzles every day. If you find yourself tilting or losing lots of elo, but you still want to play chess, things like puzzles, doing endgame drills, obviously watching content creators and stuff like that. As long as you're still absorbing chess, I would follow as many content creators as you can, right? Get stuff into your algorithm, whether you're interested in the gym, hiking, nature, chess, actual puzzles, reading, poets, whatever. Follow people in your algorithm. Try and get stuff as much as positive things in your algorithm as much as you can, and then that way, even when you're not playing stuff, you're still absorbing chess. I've took breaks of chess where I haven't played it for a couple of weeks and things like that over these last couple of years. I've been fairly consistent, but there has been times where I've taken a couple of weeks off and stuff like that. But even in them couple of weeks off, I was still watching content creators, and it's funny because I'm a content creator now. But even when I wasn't a content creator, I'm watching them explain brilliant moves and show traps and show openings and show games and stuff like that. And I do really feel that that was beneficial. That I was still absorbing chess even within them breaks. Okay. So the only forcing move is Queen D4, but there might be another forcing move. I'm just trying to think of how do we get how do we bring an extra defender in, man? How the hell do we bring an extra defender? I have also noticed something. Yo. I have actually noticed something. Knight to G3 is a forcing move. Knight to G3 is a forcing move. This is the key move. Knight G3. Because now if he gives a discovered check, we simply take the queen. We can take the queen, right? Like he has to respond to that. He has to respond to Knight to G3. Because if he tries to do a discovered check, we take the queen. Okay, so this why so he can just obviously take with the pawn. He could just take with the pawn. I was hoping that we could remove this defender, but he can just take with the pawns, and maybe it does do nothing, but it at least is something to consider. It is something to consider. Okay, so what if we go here? I mean, what if we take? He goes there. Then we play knight g3. Then he has to take with the pawn. Because he ain't gonna be able to bring his knight back until that happens. We also need to be careful of the discovered check, right? This is crazy. Oh, wait, though. Right. So we take with the queen, he takes with the knight, we take the bishop, he hops back. We could then bring our rook over and give a check at the very least. Where does he step to? He just steps away. That does nothing, right? Bring our queen up. What am I not seeing? There's something we're not understanding, obviously. There's something we're not understanding. I think the king can run to b6 safely. Oh, what? You? Oh, what? Oh, whoa, yo, what? Just step out the way. Holy shit. Just step out of the way. Who said that? Did you say D7? Did someone say D7 before that? King D7 might be saving. Perfect path. Bro. No, but the thing about pinning the knight, we can't pin the knight because of he can why can't we pin the knight? Because the bishop can take with check. So if we was to take and he takes, we can't bring the rook over straight away because the bishop will just take. And then we're just down in the exchange. Um, and then he's going to bring our knight, he's going to bring his knight back in and stuff like that anyway. No, the bishop ain't mating one because of we can take the king. Take the bishop first. No, if we take the bishop first, he gives mate on e7. If we take the bishop, he's got a knight. Like if we take this his next move's mate. This is why we have to be so forcing. You see that? Um, it's why we have to do something forcing. But if we just step out the way, what can he do? What can he do? Okay, he can't even give this check. I don't think he has any check. I don't think there's any check in this position. He comes here, attacking our rook if he wants to potentially, mainly to reroute to this outpost. This is why I'm thinking of this maneuver. It wouldn't actually win my rook. It just seems like a beautiful position, but then it closes off the e-file. But it would obviously give me a check. But I think I'm running. Oh no, he would have this check. So wait, I come here, he goes there, I slide my rook over, he goes there. I can drop back to c8. Can I? No, I don't even think I can. He's coming in with his queen to e8. Maybe we'd have to give up the rook. Oh no. We go here. If he comes here, we take. I think we'd have to take the bishop. And even though now the queen comes in, we should be able to hide and see one. At least he's not coming to our back rank anytime soon. We have still got threats of our own. Yo, I think King D7 is the only move that makes sense. I'm going King D7, guys. King D7, C7. King D7, C7. B6, I think is safe. No, but the thing is, if we go, oh, you're saying B6 is safe. If we go here, and he hops in with the knight though, attacking our rook, what would you do then? Would you prioritize going to C7 or saving your rook? Because if we try to save the rook, he then gives this check on with his knight and bishop. He can still give check to block this square. And then once this knight, if it doesn't take the rook, it comes here. This square is now blocked. You know, it isn't so simple. But I think King D7 is right. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not understanding something, guys. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong. It is what it is. Sacking the queen don't make sense because the knight just hops back to f5. No, don't. G3 is interesting, but he just takes with the pawn. Knight D7 is the only move. I don't even know how I didn't consider it. Perfect path's only like 1,000 or something elo as well. I mean, you guys low elo guys, man. It shows you some of you are tactically aware. You just need to master your basics. You just need to master your basics. I promise you. Master them basics and then learn to break the rules. Right, you need to master the rule. You got to make the rules to break the rules. Right, let's go, baby. Okay, king d7. Okay, I didn't even see this check. But this is what I was talking about. I knew that the queen and the knights and that were hopping in. I then come here. He can give this check. Oh no, he can't give the check because I can just take with the bishop. Then he hops in with the knight or with the queen again. Then I come here. The knight blocks this c7 square and it blocks this square. Yo. Yo. b6? I have to, right? Because of this knight's hopping in. So c8 or b6. c8 just looks... I don't think c8... does c8 work? b6 looks a lot more natural. Oh, no. b6 doesn't work, does it? Oh, no, it does work. It does work because he comes here, he can take with the bishop. I was thinking if he comes here, he takes with the knight, then he just comes in here anyway, and he forces us back to c7, and it's going to look perilous. But if he comes here first... Okay, but what if he takes? We take... It's the same thing, right? Is he? Can any of these knights give a check on b6? I don't think so. If I channel my inner witty, if I channel my inner mofo witty, I am the inventor of the alien. Come on, Tito, let's do this. b6, what do we reckon? Calculate here, spend a bit more time here. Okay, let's spend a bit more time here, one sec. b6, this is for the big 6-0, guys. I'm nearly out of juice. I am out of juice. Your bishop and knight are coming c5, I know, it's crazy, right? Bishop and knight are covering c5. He's got no more checks after. He's got no more checks, which makes me feel like I'm out of the woods. I mean, the only other thing that I need to look out for is that if once he comes here, for example, here, his queen can now come here. But we can obviously always just step up. We can step up. And running across, I think we're safer over here than we are with all his pieces around us at the moment, if I'm completely honest. Because the reason why this move becomes so strong with the knight is that it double attacks our bishop. His bishop and knight is now attacking. But I guess we could just take his bishop off. Then his knight's also then coming in. I think it's got to be b6. c8 disconnecting our rook and just staying cut off doesn't seem good. Like we said, the c5 is the key square here. And if you can see that your bishop's covering it with the knight, we should be good. If we get it wrong, then, you know, who's playing c8 in that position? Let's be real. I mean, you should calculate. And we have done some calculation. I'm here, you know, obviously thinking even when I'm not talking, guys. And I'm sure you guys should be doing the same. And this is what you need to do. Like I was trying to say, imagine this is a game. Like I used to do it all the time. When you get that, the reason why puzzles are so good as well is they train critical positions, right? When pieces are offering each other, I know this ain't a great example of because we're just under pressure, but when there's lots of trades being offered and you're in critical positions, obviously puzzles are always showing you that there's a tactic there, right? So when you're in a game and you feel like something's there, like really invest the time in it, almost to the point where like, you know what, even if I lose the game, I'm gonna spend the whole rest of the remaining time just to find a tactic. Things like that level you up. You know, like when you play RuneScape or like a game and you unlock Rune Plate Body or something like that, and you feel like your brain literally, like you feel the level up in your brain literally happen. I promise you. Obviously you don't want to do that all the time because you know it's not fun to lose elo and things like that. It's not, you know, but in terms of if you're thinking long term rather than short term, things like that is very good. And just trust that you're by doing that. If you never do that, my point is that if you never do this stuff in a game, well, you're never improving that skill. You're never gonna get it. It isn't like one day you're gonna unlock it. Oh, one day I'm gonna be able to see 8 moves ahead. Well, no, because you've never tried to look 3 moves ahead or 4 moves ahead or 5 moves ahead. You're just in a game just thinking, oh, I'm just gonna push this pawn in this position. I'm just gonna push this pawn and threaten a knight or something like that. You know that's how you get stuck at your same elo. The reason why you're 500 elo is because you're doing the same stuff. The reason why you're 1,000 elo is because you're doing the same things 1,000 elo. You need to do something different to what you're doing, right? Don't get caught in the same patterns of doing the same things all the time. If you do a certain opening and there's 2 candidate moves, but you always play this candidate move, the next game just be like, you know what? I'm gonna play this one. I'm playing still the same opening, but on move 6 or 7, I could bring my bishop here or this square. I always go to this square. Well, you know what? One game, just go to the other square, and you're going to improve your understanding because now you're in a kind of slightly new position, new territory, and you know you're actually going to start trying to calculate rather than memorizing that same 1,000 elo technique that you're always doing, right? This isn't me saying this. This is what Magnus Carlsen said, right? Magnus Carlsen said when he was younger, when he was 8 years old, one of his coaches went mad at him in a tournament because over 9 games he played 4 of the games exactly the same. Of what we're talking about, obviously there was some variation, but in key moments when there was multiple different candidate moves, he played the same candidate move, and he basically said his coach went mad at him after because he was trying to say like, look, like if you're only ever playing the same things, you get the opportunity to play different things within the same sort of stuff. You need to at least experiment now, right? It's just, the worst thing that happens is that you lose, right? And and losing is learning. Learn from your mistakes. Okay, let's play B6. And we're fucking level 60, man. Talk about Magnus Carlsen and you turn into Magnus Carlsen, mate. Let's go, guys. Let's go. I before I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna let you guys look at this. I need to go get a juice quick, guys, because I'm sweating. I'm getting hot. I might have to turn my fan on as well. Just give me 2 minutes. Look at that position, guys. Calculate. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I just checked on my mouse is still charging, so I'm just gonna leave it. That's Hikaru level. Yeah, 60 screenshot, 60 juice time. That's it. Ah, someone's added me as a friend. Big up yourself. I'm gonna add you now. Oh, must have added it earlier, or they just removed it. Okay, we can take this pawn off the bat. I'm looking at this because this is a check. The knight's pinned, so we can give that check, and then we can take the knight. He takes. That just seems like a puzzle move. We're down material, right? He's got 2 majors, 2 minors. We got 1 major, 2 minors. So even if we win material, it's not going to be enough, right? So we're going to have to find some sort of winning tactic here. This is just, you kind of learn this sort of stuff just through doing lots of puzzles and understanding kind of what the puzzle is asking you to do. So it isn't just trying to like win a night or something like that. Because if we win a night, okay, you could argue that we have a bit of a lead in development, our king's safer, so maybe that might be good. And obviously we don't win the night here, but we would completely expose his king. We take, he slides over. I guess he would step up. The king would step up to stop us, but then we would be able to infiltrate. So I don't know, I can't draw arrows on the keypad, which is so annoying. But if you can picture my knight, oh, well, don't do that. If you can picture my knight taking, then the king coming up, and then we take, the pawn then takes, we can go check, king now comes into the open file, we then slide our rook over, and we're winning that rook. And and that is actually super good. That's super good for us. We have to consider that, because I'm thinking once we take the rook, he's knights now. Like when you get a rook on the back rank and they haven't, and their knight's still trapped in the corner, he's, remember us me talking earlier about pieces in the gambit example. We've taken out 8 points out of the game, right? Even if he develops his knight, obviously we take the other rook. But it almost seems too easy. Like, we're over 2400, guys. If anyone wants to, you might be able to zoom in. If you're watching on Twitch or Kick, you can kind of see. I know you can see it on the vertical. It might be a little bit small. I have updated my road to 100. LOL. Big up Azam. Road to 100. I can't believe that we've only lost one life. And we actually did calculate that line. That was the most craziest thing. A couple of people recommended the rucksack. I didn't see it, and I kind of, obviously I'm the one playing the moves. So, but we did actually calculate the winning line. We just kind of obviously didn't really realize how much it was winning. But that was also just the first or second puzzle since starting. So thirsty. I should have backed the whole drink and filled it up again. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. Well, I do because it's so hot. It's been so hot recently. Just water in general. Okay, I think I'm gonna take the knight, man. That just looks good. We take the knight. The king steps up. Okay, okay. What if the king don't step up? We hit him with a check. If he comes forward, I think we instantly hit this check. But then he is worming his way out. Yeah, yeah. And what if the king goes here? We take. He takes. We then slide the rook over this way. We can't slide the rook over this way because the queen watches the b8 square. Okay, so if the king steps up to c2, I think it's perilous for him. It's for sure perilous for him. But I think this is the only move. If I'm completely honest, I can't see anything else. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more calculation, and then I'm just going to make that move if we can't, and then we'll just go from there in a sec. Okay, so guys, we might not be able to play Blitz. I'll try and play my viewers for a couple of you. I know someone added me, regardless of the time when the mouse comes, but this is taking. I thought we was going to get literally 1 or 2 puzzles right and lose 3 lives instantly, because of, we're in PB territory. I've never got this high before. We take. Also takes, if he was to step up. Bishop here is even interesting. Bishop to here is even interesting. Just bringing more pieces into the board. We skewer the rook straight off the bat. Takes. Because the knight still pins, which is making me think the only move now that both seem, even b1 looks somewhat perilous, right? Like, I would still 100% take the knight off and take him here because of, oh yeah, we would actually have this check. If we go here, he goes there, we take, pawn takes, we can now take this for check. And he would have to slide over, and then we would have to give mate on a8. We wouldn't actually need the rook on b8. Okay, so if he steps up, it's bad. If he steps to the side, it's bad. So his only move is king to d2. Okay, so his only move is king to d2, which then means that we have a couple options. We have actually a couple options here. We could, as well as sliding the rook, we can actually just play queen to d3, right? He then has to play queen to e1. He then has to play queen to e1. No, but no. If he goes king d2, we take, he takes, we take. No, yeah, it worked. I've got it. If he goes king t2, we take off the knight first. Then when he takes the pawn, then we give this check. The thing is, if the knight's still here, and once he goes here, the rooks are staring at each other, right? But if I take the knight off, again, if he doesn't take back, we're just up a knight. The knight's also going to be attacking the rook, so you'd think he has to take. And after we give this check, when he goes to d1, we take the knight with check, right? The queen can't come and block because our rook is here. Yeah, this is winning. Obviously, I think this is right. I might get it wrong, but I'm at 60, guys. I'm happy, right? If we get it wrong, we get it wrong. Okay, we then take. No. So, no, wait. Yeah, we take first. Take, then give the check. This is a move order thing. Rook. Yeah, wait. Yeah, we have to take the knight first. Yeah, then we give this check. Then we come here. Then we take. Fucking go, man! Bro thinks he's a Karu, man. We don't need mouse. Trackpad for the win, guys. Trackpad for the win. Let's go. Come on. Can't believe I'm solving these, man. I actually can't believe I'm solving these. And the thing is, guys, before yesterday when we hit this PB, our last 3 days of puzzle rushes, guys, we was losing 2 lives before level 30. Even though my PB was 56, this last week I've been playing such bad chess, and it goes to just show you I've lost Elo in my blitz. I was struggling on puzzle rush. I couldn't even make it into the 50s. Um, so sometimes you just have bad days. You just go through stuff, whatever. The heat wave, weekend or whatever, bank holiday weekend, stuff goes on in your personal life, all these different things, right? But you just trust the process. Just because you're losing, it don't mean you're not improving, man. Don't mean you're not improving. Holy shit! Right, let's go. We got um we got an end game, a weird sort of end game. Queen versus two rooks, and they got a pass pawn. His king's cut off though. His king's cut off. The pawn's going down the board, so we don't have to worry about the pawn taking our rook. That's just seeing a ghost. Um, okay, I really am liking. Remember last time we thought the pawns were on the other side of the board? Oh, Azam, bro. That you was there for when we hit the PV. Obviously, that was our PV as well at the time. Oh my god. Bro was there. That was, don't remind me of that, bro. That was so funny. We spent so long on that puzzle, and we had a 2200 in the chat as well, a different 2200. Which way is that pawn moving? The pawn's moving down the board, so the pawn isn't trying to take our rook. That's what Azam was just saying. Well, I'm sure. Well, he was alluding to something else. You might have not been their perfect path, but Azam knows. Me and Azam knows. Bro knows. Um, I actually made a video about that short because I found it so funny. Okay. Yeah. I mean, no, you don't want to play f6. If anything, f1. F1 instantly threatens me. Okay. F1 instantly threatens me, but the only thing that's making me not want to play F1 is there's probably some sort of fork, right? He gives a check, and wherever I go, I have to go into the light squares. Unless I might be able to worm onto the dark square. Yeah, no, I have to go into the light squares, otherwise he's going to take my rook. So the only other thing I'm thinking about now is that I'm Aussie. Cool, if anyone was watching me yesterday, I was skitzing out. The only other thing I'm thinking now is rook f8. B8, sorry. So if we come b8, let's say that the queen doesn't do anything. If the queen wasn't there, our next move is b7. He has to go b8 and a6. It's like if we go here and whatever he does, our next move is we have a mate in two. Okay, but the only other thing that we need to be careful of is because this does threaten mate in one. This threatens mates in one. This threatens a mate in two. If he gives a check, can we just run our king away? Because of now our rooks are defended. The thing is, if our rook's on f1, if he gives some sort of check, our king ain't going to be able to stay connected to this rook, right? So this is why I kind of like playing rook to b8, or what he says, rook to f8 is actually the same thing. It's actually threatening a mate in two as well, right? Rook f8 does threaten a mate in two as well, and actually rook f8 f6 is winning. Rook f6 is going to be winning because of because we should be able to block the checks. The queen's going. What you got to realize as well, right? The thing that was kind of getting me a bit worried, bringing the rook to f8, is that after some sort of checks, is if he somehow sacrifices the rook. I don't know if it actually would work. He sacrifices the queen for like let's say he my rook's on f8, he somehow is able to take this rook, like give some checks, moving my king away. He then takes the rook, my rook takes, his king takes, and then his king's guiding this passed pawn. If my king's over here somewhere and he sacks the queen, because that's what his goal is. His goal is trying to disconnect my king, either fork. But once we then line up our rooks so they're defending each other, once the rooks are defending each other, he's going to try and sack one of the rooks, check, create a check situation where he can then fork this rook, take it, my other rook takes, the king takes because he's given checks and the king's disconnected, and then his king's next to the pawn, okay? But now I'm thinking the reason why rook f6 is looking better than rook b8 is because of, let's say he then goes to give a check, we should be able to block the check. We should be able to block, we should be able to create a little blockade. we should be able to create a little blockade. And then once our rook, this rook blockades, he ain't going to be able to take this rook. Like if we got a rook here, okay, he gives checks, we hopefully can run. If he was to ever sack this rook, our rook takes back and we're already eyeing down the pawn. We're already online of the c pawn, right? The king can come over, but hopefully, we'll just drop back or something like that. Something like that. I am also rook f6. Unless his pawn can take your rook. No, yeah, the pawn can't take the rook. Which would obviously be hilarious if the ball just somehow switched over. Stockfish, I hope you're not using stockfish. Don't suggest moves so quickly. Try and work stuff out in your head. Because this is a high level move. We want to try and do stuff in our head, and yeah, his pawn, if he can't take your rook, if his pawn can't take your rook, it's rook f6 because it allows your rook to check on b7 and rook to, yeah, exactly. Rook to b, this would be mate, right? Because remember the king blocks off these squares. Again, if the queen was to do nothing, but I don't know exactly what the queen's going to do. I don't know what the queen's going to do. We come here, he has this check. We block it, he then comes here, gives that check. It's going to be more about the king maneuver. I'm going to play rook f6. Rook f6 makes more sense than rook f8, I think. Because it just exposes our king. Like, although the king's inevitably going to get checks, building the wall in front of the king, or at least having the option to build the wall in front of the king, seems to make sense. So let's just play it again. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong. Let's keep it moving. I don't like having to, like, my wrists and my hands, like, this trackpad. The mouse has been charging for a little bit, so hopefully after this puzzle, we can play like not look like a strong hand. Let me use my left hand for a little bit. Okay, rook f6. Let's go for it. We got it wrong. Okay, let's click onto it. That's fine. I'm happy we got it wrong. You obviously weren't using stockfish, which actually makes me more happy. Should we guess it again? No, wait. Let's play rook f8. Rook f8 is wrong. Don't tell me it's rook f1. Or is it this check first? No. Surely rook f1 runs into problems. No. Wow. So all our candidate moves are wrong. All of our candidate moves are wrong. Just crazy. I just realized rook to any of these moves are threatening mate as well. We go here, he steps up. Maybe rook b1. Damn. Oh shit, rook b7 don't work because the queen can just take. Damn, this one was tough. Oh, rook b8. No? Okay, I don't have a clue. Let's hint. Yo, what? Oh, I'm so bad. What a sacrifice. And then what's the move here? Just. Wow. Yeah, because he's in mate. The queen moves back, he's in mate. And the king steps out of mate, but then we win the queen. Wow. Wow, we didn't even consider this check. I didn't even consider that check. That's so bad. We're just thinking of defending. I have to consider check, the rook sack. The queen has so many options, but it wasn't actually that hard. I didn't think about the queen cap either, if I'm honest. The rook takes. That was mate. I should have seen that mating pattern. That's really bad. That just shows we need to focus. That we made it seem harder than what it was. Okay. Black to move. They just captured our queen. Okay, so material count, they got 2 majors, a queen and 2 minors. We have 2 majors and 2 minors, so we are literally down a queen. Again, if I know anything about chess, this is telling us that there is some sort of mating threat. For example, we have this discovered check. We have a lot of potential in this position, right? Kind of like H2. H2, F1's his only move. Check. Three's the magic number in chess. I'll work on the back ranks doing kind of nothing. I don't think it's going to involve it. We can't win the queen with the discovered check. We go here. He has to go there. We give a check. He steps up. He can win the rook. Is he got any sort of immediate threat? I'm not sure. Maybe we do we just snap the knight off? No. No, that'll allow him to come G2 and eventually G3 and attack our knight. We have to keep the rook on the second rank. We have to keep the rook on the second rank. What if we come all the way here? Then he comes here. Then we give a check. Yo, 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 yo. Wait, wait, wait. Wait. Here to there. He has to come here. Oh my god, what did I just do? Please say that didn't just take me off my game. Oh my god, please say my game is saved. Okay, thank the Lord. Okay, so this trackpad's doing my head in. One sec, I'm gonna get my mouse. Oh, back in heaven. Feels like heaven. Alright. Yo, 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 yo. I'm thinking here. He has to go here, right? Because otherwise, if he comes back to there, I guess we take. He steps up. It isn't, mate. Oh no, it. You go here. He goes there. No, that would be mate. Sorry, that would be mate. Okay, yeah, that would be mate. So he has to go here, right? Because the bishop blocks this file. We'd be able to come back and it's mate. Okay, we go here. He goes there. We hop in with a check. We hop in with a check, guys. Now he comes here. We then hop in with a check again. If he comes back, this is mate. Right? So this knight maneuver is OP. This knight maneuver is OP. Right? Because it forces him to come here. So wait. I come here. I mean, maybe we don't even come here. I'm assuming we come here just so we always have the option to take the rook at some point. Maybe it's just like here or something. But anyway, let's just carry on calculating because we ain't finished this line. One line at a time. One line at a time. As you know. Okay. Let's go here. He has to go here. We get this check. He goes there. We come in, give another check. If he comes back, that's mate. So he has to go there. Yeah, no, okay, so if our rook's here, he can't go there. So our rook does come here. Our rook comes to here. Our rook comes here. Right, so now we're here. We give check. So wait. Here, there, check, there, check. He has to come back. And this is mate. Yo! That's forcing, right? That's clean, isn't it? Tilo, you ever done a smothered mate in a game? Yeah, I've done lots of smothered mates in a game. Not so much recently, mainly when you guys were low, when I was like below, like around 1500 level and below 1500. I think I got my first actual smothered, like the queen sack. If you're talking about the classic queen sack, mate. I actually done one, a brilliant one where I was in a completely losing position and it was the only resource I had. Like I literally only had a knight and a queen and I was down material, and I managed to actually pull it off. I was really happy with that. That was probably that's the one that jumps up into my mind. I think I've done it maybe maybe that specific one 5 times. So not a lot of times, 5 times. Yeah, and I've definitely probably missed it when I was like around the 800 level and stuff like that. When you're below 1,000, it probably pops up more times than you can think of. Replaying is black. Yeah, yeah. I think I've worked it out, bro. I think I've worked it out. I think we come here. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. So we go here. This is king. One sec. Let me just work it out one more time. So we go here. He has to go there. We go check. He has to go there. We go check. He comes back, and that's mate. Right? If we go here and he steps back, that's a mate in one because the bishop blocks this square. Okay, you guys seeing this? That square is protected. Yeah, no, but it comes with a discovered check. I know. Like I know D2's covered, but we have a discovered check, right? So they're not going to be able to take our rook. Cats and dogs. You see that? So we're down a whole queen in the position. Has my mouse just died already? Oh, what? It was charging for like 20 minutes, man. To be fair, it lasted about months on just one charge. That's just depressed me. One sec, guys. Sorry, my mouse is running. One sec. Let me see. Rather than actually using a charge, can I use a port in my laptop and actually just charge it while I'm doing it? Seems like a smart thing to do. I don't need this USB in there at the moment. Let me just take this out. Can I put this in here while I'm charged? And just play with it wired? Surely that should gotta be a thing, right? It's 25th century, mate. Till, use your bloody head. I mean, 2000 elo, bro. You can't even learn how to plug disconnected USB like that. We're back in here. I'd say go rook BT, attack David. We did consider this line first, but he keeps running. This seems to make more sense because it stops the king coming to here and it forces him back. So when he comes to this square, guys, trust me, brother. Trust me. I think I've worked out. I think it's completely forcing, if I'm completely honest. And again, I thought this is the line I was calculating before you entered the chat, cats and dogs. Guys, if you're liking what you're seeing as well, guys, I'm really trying to help you guys. I'm trying to help myself, but I am really trying to, not only help myself on my chess journey, I'm trying to help you guys along. Some creators, they're not playing the viewers, they're not doing this sort of stuff. If you are appreciating it, I appreciate if you could like the stream, give us a follow, all that good stuff. It's the first plugin I've done on the stream, and so I'm just gonna plug that, and we're gonna get this puzzle right. So if I get this right, you know what to do. All right, let's go D2. I think I've got it. If we get it wrong, it's my final life. This is my PB, guys. We are on 2453 level puzzles, right? My PB was 56 before this, right? Which is about 2300 level. We are nearly in the 2500 level. Okay. 62, guys, 61, above 60 is seriously high. I know several people who are 2100 blitz, 2000 blitz, blah blah, who haven't got to 60 in puzzle rush. I'm telling you, like one of my biggest strengths is tactics. Is doing tactics. I really need to work on my opening. I'm really thinking about a couple little opening courses to get. I just don't know which ones to get at the moment. And I feel like that will skyrocket my elo a bit, not skyrocket, but it will definitely improve it because of it's the amount of times in games when I review my games, I'm worse out of the opening, and then I'm relying on my tactics and end game knowledge to win games, and I've managed to get to 2000 doing that, and it's because I've never really studied openings. Just how I told you guys, just because mainly because Hikaru said it. Hikaru, most GMs say don't study openings, so study tactics, study end games, right? Because that's how most games are won. But at some point, you need to brush up on your opening skills, right? And considering I've never really kind of studied it, I've only ever just reviewed my games and learned from my mistakes. And some doing some sort of this puzzle. This is a game called Puzzle Rush. This is a puzzle. We're on 2500 puzzles. Puzzle Rush is a game where you get 3 lives and the puzzles get incrementally harder and harder. So you do puzzles, they keep getting harder and harder. You get one wrong, you lose a life. You get another one wrong, you lose a life. You get 3 times and you lose a life. Right? You can do it with 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or unlimited time. We're on unlimited time. Unlimited time is the best way to improve your chess understanding, as you can really calculate and think about the game. 3 minute Puzzle Rush is things like Hikaru and stuff like that play before before Title Tuesday every week. It is the single best tool that will improve your blitz. Yeah, 3 minute Puzzle Rush. is a really good game if you're trying to get good at Blitz, because of although you're not going to be doing as complicated tactics as these, you're going to be able to do. You're going to get all the sort of basic tactics on Smash. You're going to be able to see them very instantly. Forks, skewers, pins, all these different things. You're going to learn to recognize basic tactics very quickly. So when you're in time pressure, it's also a great game to improve your time pressure, because you're having to rush against a clock. You kind of get used to being under pressure. So if you find yourself in games and you're playing 10-minute rapid chess, and when you get to that 1 minute, 2 minute sort of time frame and you find yourself in a crisis and panicking, play 3 minute puzzle rush. You get one free puzzle rush if you're not a member. If you don't pay for chess.com membership, you get one free every day. So I'd recommend even just using that one free every day. And also if you're a member and you pay for a subscription, you get unlimited amounts of puzzle rushes. I think it's a great tool. It's a really great tool. Even if you don't do it all the time and you just do other puzzles, you can download Chess Tempo Guides or play Lead Chess and you get unlimited free puzzles. But even if you was to do that, I'd still recommend doing Puzzle Rush maybe once a week or something like that, because of you have a metric on how you've improved. If your best is 30 and then you do a week of puzzles and you come back the next week, you can then see if you can beat 30, right? You know, you can track yourself. Even if it's 2 weeks later or a month later, you should always go back to Puzzle Rush, because of you can literally see how much you've improved your tactics, okay? I think it's rook to d2. I'm just going to play it. If we get it wrong, it's my final life. I'm going to start playing my viewers and we're going to play some Blitz. So this is what I've calculated, guys, for the people who've just come in. Rook to d2, all right? If the king goes to g1, bearing in mind we have a discovered check, okay? We're down a queen. We're down the whole queen. So it isn't about winning a piece. This is just something you learn through doing lots and lots of puzzles, what the puzzle is asking for you. It is asking us to find a checkmate, because even if we was to win the queen, we're going to be even material, right? So winning this rook or winning this this knight with the discovered check isn't going to be enough. This isn't what it's asking for us, okay? Originally, I did calculate this, but it's wrong. This makes a lot more sense, because if we go rook to d2, again, if the king goes to g1, we can slide back with mate. Bishop covers this square, the rook covers every other square, the knight defends this square, so that's mate, right? So the only move for the king to stay into the game is f1, yeah? This is when you need to find a crucial move, knight to g2. And it isn't just about giving the check. The only other thing I haven't calculated is if he comes back. But if he comes back, I think we still give this check. Or do we not? Wait, yeah, I didn't actually calculate if he comes back. Oh, no, he can't come back because of the bishop. Okay, yeah, so it's completely forcing. We go here. He goes there. We give this check. Again, he can't come back. Knight and bishop are blocking this square. Has to go to here. So we go boom, here. Boom, here. And this move is the maneuvering of the knight. We now give this check, bearing in mind my rook's here. So now he's cut off and he has to come back. That's when we come back in with our rook. And this is a famous pattern. When you have the rook and the knight here, as long as you can somehow defend this rook, sometimes a king, it doesn't need to be a bishop. Sometimes you can have a king here or a pawn. When you have the knight, you know, you've got to learn the checkmating patterns. This is a mate. Thank you so much for the follow. Big up Zenya so much. Thank you so much, Twitch. We're trying to improve that. You're number 41, I believe. Big up yourself. All right, let's do it, baby. This is forcing, man. It's got to be winning. We're getting 62. If we get it wrong, I'm going to cry after that big speech. I'm playing my viewers in a sec, guys. We're going to decline that challenge. Not accepting any challenges at the moment. Come on, please. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go! PB territory, man. Let's go. You know what to do, guys. Like, follow, all that good stuff. If you feel like you're learning something, you feel like you're enjoying me and how happy I am on my chess journey, I hope it's helping you on your chess journey as well. Zenya, big up yourself. If you're a content creator, let me know, because I will follow you back. Or if it's just something, you know, let me know your elo, let me know your personal best in puzzle rushes, guys. I might try and put my personal best on the puzzle rush screen at some point, because I feel like that's a good thing to maybe do. Okay, guys. Peanut butter jelly time, Azam, man. Holy, show your guns, man. Let's go. Can't believe it, man. We've got 6 over what we started with. We ended the stream yesterday on 56 because my internet ran out. My internet crashed, and the stream just ended abruptly. So I was like, you know what? I said I was gonna do Blitz and and whatnot tomorrow, but I was like, guys, I need to stream this today. Like, I'm gonna continue my puzzle rush from the start of the stream, and and as much as I said I was gonna play Plet to my viewers, and I still hope I can, even if this takes us, if we carry on going, and I don't know, I will spend the next hour or two, I'll stay up all night if we can keep calculating, guys, because of we're in PB territory, and this is what you also want to do in puzzle rush, right? If you play in survival mode, especially when I was around the 30s and 40s levels and you're trying to get the breakthrough and starting to try and really understand calculation, 4 or 5 moves ahead, multiple lines, these sorts of things, I really recommend you, if you can't see the move, guys, leave it. Leave it on your laptop and just go downstairs. Go wherever you are. Go for a walk. Go get a drink. Eat your food. Then come back to it and look at it again. And because the answer is there, right? Don't just make a move if you can't see the answer. Really try to. Obviously, I'm streaming, so I'm trying to be a little bit conscious of your guys' time. I'm sure it isn't the most entertaining stream. You guys probably want to see, blitz games and sacrifices and whatnot. But I hope you can appreciate. I'm trying to, get to 2,000 blitz eventually. I just hit 2,000 rapid. We're going to start the road to 2,100 very soon, and yeah, all right, let's start doing some calculation, guys. Have a little sip, guys. Stretch. Watch your posture. Make sure you have a little sip of your water. Hydration for the nation. All that good stuff. Okay. All right. So he's threatening to win our rook off the bat. So if we don't do anything, we're losing material. And material is even. We have double pawns, which isn't great. Do we have any checks in the position? Yes, we have this check, but he can just take back. So that doesn't look great. We can obviously take. Maybe he takes. This is an interesting move. This is an interesting move. Queen takes knight. If he takes, we take. He comes here. We have this. He blocks or runs away. This might be some sort of move order thing. This might be some move order. Queen takes knight just seems like a puzzle move though. Queen takes knight. Queen takes knight. He takes. We take. He steps out. We can give this check because of the rook's defending and the bishop anyway, but nothing's actually attacking it. So we give that other check. If he blocks it, don't know what to do after that. Okay, if we take, he just takes back, and nothing's going on in that position, right? Maybe oh wait. This move looks good. This move looks good. He has to come here to stay in connection with his rook. I then push this pawn. Guess he can come here. But then I take. He takes. I take. He takes. And then we have a skewer at the end. Holy shizer. Holy shizer. Seeing this is money. But he can just step here and defend the rook. He can go step here and defend it. Here, there. Well, I guess he goes here and he can just go straight here. He can just go straight there. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. Here. He goes there. And everything's just fine. I take. He takes. I guess I get the open file. I know, because he can just go there anyway. Trade. We isolate one of his pawns. You could then say, we got some sort of compensation in the end game for having a double pawn that he has an isolated pawn. But that doesn't seem like is winning. Like generally the puzzles, there's something concretely winning. Please play the move. I've just started this puzzle, bro. I'm not gonna just play it straight off the bat. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to watch anything, bro. You can go and do whatever you want. We're on 2,500 level puzzles, bro. This is gonna, people, grandmasters and stuff like that. Look at Ikaru in the previous World Championship. He spent an hour and 9 minutes on one move. I've spent like a couple minutes. I'm trying to improve to be above 2,000 player. Obviously, I'm not going to spend an hour on a move. I don't think I've ever spent more than 15-20 minutes on a move. But 5 to 10 minutes, generally, sometimes I figure them out in a minute or two. But I'm on my PB. I've got one life. I'm not just going to make a move because of you want me to. Unfortunately. Sorry, what are you saying? Perfect path. Bishop to d1. Bishop to d1. He just takes. But then we would win the queen. But then he takes a check. But then we take back. Bishop to d1. Holy shizer. That is god. That is a god move. And if he takes, we win material. Bishop to d1 looks good. I just started my puzzle rush. I'm on level 4. That's it, Azam. Let's go. Yeah, you got your one a day. Do it, bro. Do it while you're working along with this. That's it, bro. I like that. And really take your time, Azam. Really take your time. Bro, and don't get put off. When I first started my chess journey and I got Puzzle Rush, I remember my best being 13, 14, 15. I remember I got 20. I think you can go onto my Instagram. Go onto my Instagram and click back on I have a little highlight page. You can see in 2024, I posted on Instagram because of I got 21 in 3 minutes. Like I played 3 minute Puzzle Rush and I got 21. Like that's how excited. You know, my best in 3 minutes is now 31 or something like that. You know, and I don't even do 3 minute Puzzle Rush because I've been doing survival. I feel like I could probably get higher if I was to play. You know, if you gave me a month of doing a 3 minute Puzzle Rush, calculate Bishop to D1. No, yeah, Bishop to D1. I've already calculated it. I think Bishop to D1's completely winning. But I just need to be like, if he takes, we take the Queen. That's winning. And if he takes, it's winning. Okay, where we go here and he goes here. So he counter attacks my queen. Okay, so we have to consider every option, right? He counter attacks my queen. I take, he takes, and then I'd win the rook at the end of it. So even that looks good. Here, takes. Here, he takes. We capture the rook back. It's just winning. Bishop to d1. Holy. And guys, a lot of tactics happen again for beginners. You know, obviously you get taught checks, captures, and threats. Consider all checks in the position. Then what can we capture? What can we threaten? Well, here we're threatening a skewer, but also you've got to realize, like when you assess positions, okay, both our kings are safe. All our pieces are kind of active. His pieces are kind of active. What's his plan? Well, he's trying to win our rook. If we don't do anything, he's about to win our rook. Okay, but when do tactics often arise? It doesn't matter if it's vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. When pieces are on the same file as each other, guys, that is another like, especially when if it's the king, especially when the kings are on the same file as rooks and queens. Just because there's pieces in the way, all right, that's often when tactics can arise. So notice how all these pieces would be on the same diagonal. For example, he has a tactic at the moment because of there's pieces on the same files, right? And this is why, you know, think of a discovered attack. Like you jump, you hop your knight in, and you've got a queen behind it on the diagonal and things like that, right? So always just be aware of that in your games when you're assessing positions, being like, oh, you know what? Wait a minute. There's like 4 pieces on the set. And all I'm trying to say is that your spidey sense should start tingling. So if you've got 10 minutes in a game where you're playing a 5 minute game, they're the moments you want to invest your time because there's probably a tactic. There's probably a tactic, right? Okay, I think it's bishop to d1. If we get it wrong, I'm happy. I'm happy with 62, guys. I'm happy with 62. But I think perfect path. Rook to e1, you cap the queen. Rook to e3. Yeah. Rook to e3, we just capture the queen, and then we win this. Yeah, I think this is winning. I think this is a god tier move, and this just seems like a puzzle move, right? Because it's a beautiful sacrifice. It's so good that I'm taking a photo of this, if it is it. And even if I get it wrong, I'm gonna take a photo of it anyway and make a video about it. Because this seems like a god tier move. Alright, let's go. Wow. Wow. We got perfect path, bro. I'm just clicking back onto it. Oh, is that the previous one? So I need to take the photo from the original position. Holy smokes, man. I mean, I can't even claim I'm getting my PB, man. You guys are helping me so much. Getting perfect path is like, if I was like, move slow. Yeah, I need to take my time. I mean, maybe I would have seen it. Maybe I would have saw it. Obviously, I was talking to you guys. I would like to think that I would have saw it, given me enough time. But you guys are seeing it before I am. That's what it is. I would have spent time. You know, I would have invested another few more minutes. I'm sure I would have considered this at some point. Maybe not though. Maybe not. Who knows? Either way, perfect path. Done it, baby. All right, like to move. Well, I've done a few of these on my own at the very least, above 60 58. I've got a couple without you guys' help. But you guys have definitely helped me for a couple. I know Sade or Cade helped me with one. Perfect Paths helped me with one or two at the very least. But we have done a couple, so I'm happy. I'm happy we're just doing one above 60, and you guys should be happy as well. If you're seeing these sorts of stuff, you know, and you're 500,000, 1,500 elo, anything, even if you're 2,000 elo, you know, we're on some serious high level rated stuff. Okay. Obviously, this would just lose. Obviously, our rook's under attack. We can just take. This is a hanging piece, so loose pieces on the board. Notice how this is a loose piece. Loose piece. These are other things you want to keep an eye out, right? When loose pieces on the board, that's also when tactics happen, forks, and all these different sorts of things. Okay, but if we take, he takes with check, and he's then going to promote, right? Because the queen's watching this. So this isn't a free. Oh no, if he takes, we take, then he takes. We step up. Wait. We take, he takes, I take, he takes, I step up. I step up, and the rook's under attack, and we're threatening mate. We're threatening two mates. I think that's simple. How does he defend both threats? Again, if you can never create two threats in chess, especially if they're on opposite sides of the board. Notice how it's very like he's on this side of the board, but our queen can swing. Like we haven't just got this infiltration square. We've got this infiltration square. So takes, check. We have to take, otherwise he's promoting to a queen. So we have to take. He slides down, hits us with a check. He pretty much has to take that because that's his only plan he's got. We come here. Any attraction technique doesn't kind of work because if we can just take the rook, and we still main defense of our rook. So it's just whether there's anything else after this. This looks good. I'm pretty sure it's rook takes c2. He takes, we take. Just whether he does this. After he does this, what does he have? Our queen's on the diagonal. This is also like another important thing. Our queen's like once we hit this light square, I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable about that. The queen's got no sort of pin action or anything like that. Unless he just wants to give us the queen and then play something like that so he don't get mated. Okay, he gives the check, the rook comes back. What am I going on about? Okay, but oh no, the rook comes back, he loses the queen. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a double threat. It's a double threat. Let's say he comes back to here and attacks my queen. Then we just come here and it's mate. Then we just come here, rook comes back, we take, queen comes back, we take. Guys, I think this is easy. Oh no, but why did I just nearly do the wrong move? Okay, I'm gonna go c2. What are we thinking? Alright, one sec, let me scroll back up because people are chatting. I'm on 9 right now, I feel on edge. Let's go, bro. But don't take it. Doing the 982 puzzles at 720, I will make this a habit. Noah said hi, big up Noah. You've been in my chat a few times. Rook e3, I think. Rook e3. No, but rook e3. Oh wait, rook e3 takes. Rook e3 is also interesting. I didn't even consider that. Rook e3. No, rook e3 loses, doesn't it? Not loses, but he has this move. I guess I block. Takes. Takes. It isn't as forcing. Rook e3. Wait. Check. Block. He takes. I take. He can't take because of back rank. Oh no, he can take. He can then take. Because my queen would be forced to take here and I'll no longer have this mate. So he can just take and then I'll take and then it's just an endgame. Yeah, no, this doesn't work. This doesn't work because of once we take, he hits us with this check. We have to block. He takes. I have to take back with my queen. Then he can take. I would have to take back with this because there's no ting. Pawn e3. Where is the mate in 3? I'm not seeing it. The mate in 3 is. I don't know if it's mate in 3. I'm assuming. Who said mate in 3? No one said mate in 3. King. Yeah, King G2 skates in check. Rook C2 looks good. Rook C2. Yeah, Rook C2 looks good. This is what I'm saying. No. Rook C2 blunders mate in 3 RT. Rook E3 is completely winning. How does Rook C2 blunder mate in 3? There is no mate in 3. Look, we go rook c2. He takes the pawn, right? And it's with check, right? And if we don't, but we have our rook here, so we can just take back, right? So we take back. He again takes our rook with check, and we step up, and he's got no other activity. But the most important thing is that now we've created a double threat. The queen is under attack. We are also threatening mate here. If the rook has to go back to defend his back rank, or the queen has to go back, but the queen going back loses to rook. Guys, it's rook c2. Rook e3 doesn't work. I think cap pawn, but I think it's capture the pawn, but up to you. Capture the pawn, no, capture the pawn doesn't work. Capture the pawn doesn't work. What's your follow up to after the capture the pawn, guys? I don't understand. Like, what are you taking? Because taking loses. Taking loses to this. I just back rank make you. I just sack my queen. Right? So his only logical move after I take this pawn, the only move to proceed the game is to play rook to c1. Right? And I could probably even step up then. I probably don't even need to bring my rook down, if I'm completely honest. But he's rook's on the back rank still. So all he would have to do is drop back and defend it. Right? And he's got and I'm a bit cut off and everything like that. Do it. It's not so simple. It's not so simple. I'm not trying to say it's 100%. I just like rook c2 because of even if something else happens, at the very least, we're up material, right? And I can't see how this leads to any trouble. So let's say that he does, like, I don't have this double threat. Let's say I am missing something. At the very least, we've got a rook, right? And at the very least, we're getting rid of his passed pawn. His passed pawn's his biggest asset. His passed pawn's his biggest asset. If he pushes and don't take, we can just take back. We've got 2 attackers here, right? If he takes, we just take with the rook. Okay, we give up this rook, but we just want a rook, but we step up. But after that, we are. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, no, he can't even pin us because we just take. No, we wouldn't even take even if he pins us. We've got this mate here. I'm taking, guys. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong, guys. My PB was 56. I appreciate everyone getting the help. Obviously, I'm not getting aggy at you. I'm just trying to understand, I'm trying to understand because obviously I'm trying to get it right, but I'm also trying to not only improve my chess journey, I'm trying to improve as much as you guys. I'm trying to build a chess community. I'm trying to help people. I want to inspire people. That's my goal. I don't really care about, like, I love chess as a game. I think it's great to build discipline. I think it's great to build fortitude, resilience, confidence, all these different things. It's science, right? It's like maths. It's just like your physical body. You eat right, you do a bunch of push-ups, you do a bunch of pull-ups, squats, yeah, even if you've got no muscle, trust the process. 6 months, a year, 2 years from time, you're going to build muscle. Like, it's science. It isn't like, oh, I'm skinny and I'm going to be skinny forever. It's like, no, eat a bit more and train and trust the process, and over time it's inevitable. Like, it is inevitable. And it's the same with chess. Okay, you might not be able to become a grandmaster, but anyone could get to 2000. If I can get to 2000, if I'm able to do these puzzles, I promise you anyone can. I haven't dedicated lots and lots of times or hours and hours every day. Obviously, I'm streaming. I've started streaming since the end of last year, so I'm putting in more time than I've ever put into chess in these last kind of 4, 5, 6 months. But other than that, I just played a little bit consistently over the last couple of years. Sometimes I'd have breaks for weeks or two, but even just doing 20 minutes a day, doing 5 puzzles a day, 10 puzzles a day, all these sorts of things. You can do it, guys. You could do it, right? That's my goal. I'm not trying to say I'm amazing or I'm perfect. I know I'm not, right? I've never played OTB. I've never had a chess coach. I've never, all these different things, right? But I think if I channel my inner witty, I'm going to take rook c2. I'll be the butt of the joke. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong, right? It is what it is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because it's a double threat. There's nothing. He has to sack the queen. There's nothing he could do. And then he just brings his rook back and it's completely winning. 64. Can we get some hors some more fours, some GGs in the chat, guys? Some GGs in the chat, guys. If you like what you see, if you feel like you're liking what you see and it's helping you guys, we do this all the time. We also play our viewers. We play games, like, follow, all that good stuff. Massively helps me, and I hope that I can help you guys more and more, all right? This is what we're here for. This is what we're here for, right? You know what I mean? We're not arguing, we're not debating, we're helping each other. We're learning, right? And even if we lose together, we improve together, right? Everyone, guys, posture check, little stretch. Please get to 69. What, not 67? I thought you got, I mean, I don't even know what the meme is. I'm 32 years old, guys. So, like, you know what I mean? But I think your generation, isn't it 67? I mean, 69 is my generation. Like, I want a 69 as well. You know what I mean? I'll 69 tonight if we could. You know what I mean? But I'll be happy with 64. I'll be happy. I'm already happy, guys. I'm happy. I'm happy that you guys are here. I'm happy. What website are you doing these puzzles on? It's on chess.com, and the game's called Puzzle Rush. You get 1 free puzzle rush if you're not a member every day. So go and do that. The puzzles get incrementally harder. You get 3 lives. You can do it in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and survival. If you're a beginner or you're trying to improve your chess understanding, I'd really recommend survival. If you're someone who's already fairly decent and you want to improve your blitz, I'd recommend playing 3 minute puzzle rush. Even if you're not that good and you want to improve time pressure, I'd still recommend doing 3 minute puzzle rush. Um, and put it this way, Hikaru on his streams does 3 minute puzzle rush all the time. It's the single best metric to improve blitz. But survival is a great way to improve your calculation, your overall chess understanding of tactics, deeper calculations, things that you're not going to really find in games. I only ever play 3 minute games and 10 minute games. On some of these puzzles, I spend more than 10 minutes on one move. So, this is really the only time, because I don't play OTB, I don't play our classical games, right? So this is really the only way that I'm able to really improve my calculation, is by getting high in puzzle rush and really thinking about these positions. And I'd really encourage you guys to do the same. I'd really encourage you guys to do the same. If you're someone who doesn't have a membership and you want to do unlimited puzzles, download Chess Tempo. Grandmasters use that app. I know title players, I know people over the board who are 2000 rated who use that app. I use that app for puzzles. I haven't used it so much recently because I do so much puzzle rush, but it's a free app, unlimited puzzles. You can also play on Lead Chess and do unlimited puzzles. So if you want somewhere where you can just do puzzles anyway, um, and get a rating system and stuff like that, and you don't have the lives, you don't have the time or anything like that, I'd recommend you to do that as well, especially if you're not a member. But even if you do that once every other day or once a day, or even if it's once a week or something, come back to Puzzle Rush, because you can clearly see how much you're improving, right? You're doing puzzles all week, do your Puzzle Rush. Okay, I've got level 30. Come back next week, I've been doing puzzles all week. Let me see if I can get 32 or 33 or 34, etc., etc., right? Just a clear indicator, it's a clear number. Anyway, checks, captures, threats, guys. Check. Check. Sack the rook for man like Levy. General Levy, I ain't talking reggae. You know how we do. We then hit him with this. I mean, it seems hard. I mean, this looks... Oh, this is an interesting move. Yeah, because the pawn can't take me because it's pinned. This is an interesting move. This is an interesting move. Because that actually leads to mate. No, he blocks. No, wait. Because we're threatening the queen. If the queen takes, we take. Goes there. Come here. That is mate. Wait. This seems like a crazy move. Because he's got no immediate threat here. So we should be kind of good on this front. He's got no immediate threat. He's got no checks in the position unless he wants to sack material. And we're covering the diagonal. Oh, no, actually that would be a fork. Oh shit, that's a brilliant move. That's a brilliant move. We take and he has this. Oh, that's disgusting. Holy shit, you guys seeing that? You guys seeing that? Holy moly. Can I slide over? I guess I could slide over. But then he's coming in hot. It's coming in hot. He can then drop down. I'm probably getting mated or something. Yo, rook c7. Man, like, am I playing Gotham chess here? The rook! I think you guys are a little bit behind on the stream, I'm guessing. Are you guys talking about 63? Yeah, 64 GG. Yeah. I used to do it fast all the time. No, it's only really since I started streaming, because I've really started trying to focus on improving. I almost kind of quit chess, if I'm completely honest. I would like, before I started streaming, it was one of the reasons I started streaming, because of I was like 1800, maybe 1750 or something like that. And I never thought I was ever going to get that high. That was only like 5, 6 months ago at the end of last year. And I was like, you know what? I really want to start playing chess, but when I'm playing chess, I'm only playing Blitz and I'm only playing Bullet. Like, I wasn't doing puzzles, I wasn't doing things. I kind of stopped playing for a couple of weeks, and then when I would play, I'd only do that. Wasn't playing lots of games, and I was like, you know what? Like, I want to find I love the game, but like, if I want to do it, maybe if I start streaming and start creating content, it'll provide me some sort of motivation to put more time in and put more work in and actually try to get 2000. And this has been the result of it, right? Obviously, so we've been putting more work in. Guys, we feed the foxes every night, so that was just if you're wondering what the hell that noise was, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we might get some fox action. My window's open because it's so hot, so unless they start making loads and loads of noise, then I will close the window. Okay, guys, this isn't as fulsome as this move, but I don't think this works. Here, there, here, he can just run. Check. Oh no, that would be mate. That would be mate. So I go here, there, here. He blocks. I give this check. Maybe he just slides over. Yeah, I kind of like this move. This move immediately is threatening the queen. The king takes. That's mate. Or not mate, but... No, yeah, it is mate. It is mate, sorry. That is mate. And the king takes his mate, and if the queen takes, he hides here. Then we just drop back, maybe? Oh, no, we give this check again. Yeah, no, I think it's this. I think it's this, but he has this. And if I take, he has this. And then I take, he takes, and he's no longer being attacked. You have to see this, which is crazy. Okay, so we go here. He goes here. I go here. He slides over. Only move is here. He gives this check. I step up. He takes my rook. And I'm cooked. I'm cooked because now he can take here as well. And I can't take the pawn. And I don't have no checks. Damn. Which is now making me think it's this because it's the only forcing move. Okay, he comes here. I go check. He goes there, would be losing, but if he blocks with the queen, I can give this check. But what if he just slides over? What do I do if he just slides over? Here, there, here, there, here, there. Rook up, maybe? Rook up. Then he doesn't have this idea anymore. He has no rook g6 because my queen ain't on the same diagonal. My queen ain't on the same diagonal. My queen's here, so this is no longer this becomes obsolete. That does nothing. Not nothing. I'm sure he can expose my king somehow, but there's no kind of immediate danger. This is hard, guys. This is hard. I'm stuck on 16. Take your time. I'm 30 this year. Yeah, so I'm just scrolling up on my chat because I'm way behind. Queen d7 an option. And maybe you're talking about the previous puzzle. Maybe I've scrolled too far. I think Rick CT was right. Yeah, that's the previous one. Upside you doing something like this. I'm 30 this year. Showing my age. I'm stuck on 16. I always do survival, but I'm more impatient than you. 64 GG. I like rook takes h2 the way. Yeah, rook h2 is good, but I don't think I think it fails to rook c7. Rook c7's OP. You can take c7 with your queen. Holy shit. Here, there, here. Okay, but what if he comes here? Then I take, he takes, I take, and it's rook and knight versus rook. That would be winning. So that's the only annoying thing is that I was thinking of that. He takes, I take, he takes, he has this move, so I no longer have access to this square. But I think we just take his queen. And he takes, we take, and it's knight and rook versus rook, which is winning. Right? So now if I go here, what is it? What's it? Oh yeah, he sacks. I take. He goes here, and we just take. Right, the queen has to take, right? So the queen has to take, and it's just the same thing. It's just the same thing. Do we come in hot? Rook knight versus bishop and knight. No, that isn't winning. So I have to take with the rook. So here, there, here, there. Have to take with the rook. He steps here. We come here. There. We have a discovery on the queen. Wow. And if he goes there, it's just mate. Yeah, nice. Rook h2. It's got to be rook h2, guys. Rook h2. Can you do King's Gambit next game? I'm not playing games at the moment, guys. We're just doing a puzzle rush. I think the puzzle goes like this. Rook h2. Queen takes h2. Rook takes g3. Queen takes g3. King f1. No, the queen wouldn't take on g3. Otherwise, he just loses. But I think it's rook h2, guys. I think it's rook h2. The more I look at, I don't like rook to g3, even though it's more forcing. I thought it didn't work because of c7, but some legend in the chat, man like Noah, is on his bloody arc retribution. Realized that queens can move backwards, um, as backwards move are my mortal enemy. Just gonna have a sip on this drink. Yeah, bro realized that queens can go backwards, and that solves that whole shenanigan of me either have to run my king away or me taking with the king and getting fooled by the bishop. I can just take, and if he takes, we come in, and it's winning. It's winning, guys. It's winning. I think it's the best move. If we get it wrong, guys, we get it wrong. Like I said, I'm sure some of you guys probably want me to get it wrong so we can play some games together. So let's go for it, guys. Rook to h2. I prefer it over rook to g3, and there's nothing else really in the position. It's rook g3, and I think it's a trick. It's trying to trick you, right? Maybe 10, 15 puzzles ago, you know, you'll start with a check. Like threats are the hardest puzzle to find. Like even at lower levels, like when you're like Azam doing Puzzle Rush, if he's on 16, hey Noah, hey Khan, and big up Noah, showing the guns. Let's go. We may get it wrong, of course, but we good. Like I said, we lose together, we improve together. I hope you're all right, Khan. Um, yeah, guys, I kind of want to get one wrong. I kind of want to be able to play some games with you guys if I want, because I did promise it yesterday on my stream, and obviously we've carried on over. We're probably like 4 hours deep into this puzzle rush, guys. Well, this is serious improvement for all of us. I'm sure you've all learned something. I know I've learned something. I'm so scared to click the button, but I'm gonna do it. In 3, 2, the nuke countdown, guys. The world's about to end in 3, 2, 1. But okay, let's go. The world didn't end. Let's go. You can thank Tilo. You can thank Tilo. Okay, and we've already calculated this. This works. So we go here. It is rook up, definitely. Yeah, and he has to take because otherwise he's gonna lead to mate. Wow, 65, guys. Money. Show me the money, guys. If you like what you see, smash that like button, subscribe, all of that, follow, good stuff. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. The game keeps going on. I promised you games. There is no games today, guys. We're getting road to 100. Azam called it. I think you're the one shooting me. Big up Azam, bro. Legend in the chat, man. Always comes back. Always comes back. And we're gonna get you to your road to 20, Azam. We'll get you on your road to 20, bro. I'm gonna help you, man. Help you. Checks, captures, and threats before every move, right? Make sure you calculate all checks in the position, all captures, and then threats. That's pretty much good enough to get up to level 30. Then all that this other higher level stuff where you hear me talking about pieces on the same file, king safety, loose pieces, all stuff like that. These are things to consider, right? But at the moment, you're good. You're good, bro. You're good. Okay, I do this before every puzzle, right? I start waffling because I'm scared. I'm just scared to even start considering checks and that, guys. We are on 25. Well, the one we just solved is 2571, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is 2600 or just shy of 2600, which is crazy, right? Which is crazy. Some high level tactics. Um, Bearing in mind, I think Hikaru gets 67 in 3 minutes or something. Well, I think he might have even got 71 in 3 minutes. So, you know, this is the difference between a super GM and someone who's never played OTB. But, you know, dude's probably been playing chess for like 30 years. We've been playing chess for the last couple of years. So, And like I said, like sometimes people get put off by chess because of they hear how hard it is. Yes, chess is super hard, but anyone can get to the 2000 level. Only 1800 grandmasters exist, right? Think about how many people get doctorates, master's degrees, millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people every year. Every year, out of the whole existence of chess, hundreds of years of chess, there's only ever been, I think, 3000 GMs total, right? 1800 active today. Yeah. Um, so obviously to get to that, and you got to think people like people, all these international masters, candidate masters, FIDE's masters. Some of these people have been studying chess 30, 40, 50 years, playing chess since they're 2 years old, 8 years old, 8 hours every day. The best chess coaches, the best chess. Obviously it's extremely hard, right? When you think about stuff like that, Gotham Chess playing chess since he was, a little boy, best resources, unlimited money, and he still can't come grandmaster. Yes, at the highest level, it is extremely hard, possibly the hardest thing, one of the hardest things to do in the world, right? But to get to this level, it just shows you a bit of consistency, a bit of practice, and trying to play to improve. And my goal was to get to 1500 when I started my journey 2 years ago. I wanted to get 1500. I thought it was impossible. Got 1500. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for 1700. You know what? I'm gonna go for 1800. Boom, 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 and you can do it, right? Now I'm going for 2100. Soon I'm going for 2100. I'm doing this to prep my road to 2100, which I will start the episode soon. Okay, I'm kind of scared. I nearly just clicked that, which would have been diabolical. And we're going to start calculating checks. Okay, so we got this check. He comes here. We'd love to be able to take this and say that's mate, but obviously the queen blocks. So now I'm thinking, what about here? What about here? My knight isn't hanging. This is crazy move. No, 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 no. Here and then here. Disconnecting, disconnecting the defender of the f7 square. Yo, yo, that's kind of crazy. But he does have this. But my knight's defended. He can sneak away, potentially, but the main threat is here, and then actually he wouldn't be able to sneak away. But it's just whether he's got something winning. So, okay, I'll give check. That's forcing. He goes here. If he was to go here, he can come down and give a check. I then come here. He's got this. I push this pawn, and I'm getting mated. Okay, okay, so that doesn't work. This doesn't work. I need to keep my rook in as a defender. That's right, all right? I need to keep my rook as a defender. Check, he steps up. I play this. He comes down, gives a check. I step up, he gives this check. I have to block. And then rook takes. And with the queen and the rook here, I'm just getting mated. I just get mated. This diagonal's too weak. This diagonal's too weak. Diagonal's too weak. Check here. Oh, what about knight to here? Yo, knight d7 is a god move. Setting up mate on f8, blocking the f6 escape square. Keeping my rook on the back rank. Yo, 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 yo. Knight d7. I think the queen has to sack. Okay, he gives this. I go here. He gives a check. I block it. And the rook's on the back rank. The rook can't take this pawn. Yo, you guys seeing this? You guys seeing this? I'm seeing a couple people recommend some long lines. Queen e8, g7. Queen e8, g7. Rook d8 or rook a1. It's knight d7, right? Knight d7's got to be cooking. Knight d7 looks good looking, mate. I'm going for it. It's definitely queen e8. What time is it? Is it there? Oh, it's quite late. It's half 12. It's half 12, guys. Whew, bloody hell. I mean, I started quite late. But I don't feel too tired. Normally I'll be knackered at this point. I think I've just got like so much like adrenaline. Like I'm so excited. I'm on my PV. Because normally even just this far into a stream, even just how long we've been thinking, like normally it's kind of fun. Like it gets kind of hard. But this is why it's so good. Like normally I'm doing these puzzle rushes at the end of the day. So I've already trained. I've already done whatever, my whole day. And then I then do puzzle rush for hours, and then the time I get to these higher level ones, like I've been streaming for hours, it's hard to keep talking. Like my throat's even getting a bit sore. Like I'm having to constantly drink, talking and stuff like that, and whatever. The time I get to the higher level puzzles, I'm normally knackered. Like I'll be honest with you, I'm yawning. Like we watched the stream yesterday. By the time I get above 40s, I'm yawning. I'm this and that. So to actually start at level 56 or 57 today, this was something I was very conscious of. I was like, you know what, we might do good today, because at least for the first couple of hours, I'm gonna be fresh. Like, but amazingly, we've got so far. I still feel, I feel bloody excited. But yeah, to answer your question, it's 12:34. Okay, I'm going. If we get it wrong, guys, I get it wrong. We got to get it wrong at one point. The line can't always go up, right? Whether it's stocks, whether it's elo, whether it's mountains, you know what I mean? Mountains, they go up and down. That's what they teach you. There's never a straight line. The path of growth is never a straight line, right? To jump forward, you actually need to take a couple steps back, right? Otherwise, you're not going to be able to jump as far. So just because you're stepping back, you would fall in life. I don't know how we get onto these motivational talks. I seem to do this all the time, but hey, you guys keep coming back, so I'm keep giving you, the only thing I can give you, which is me being myself. It's all I have to offer, unfortunately, which for most people isn't enough. But hey, I got my people, and I got you. You know what we saying? You got to 18. Big up Azam. Well done, mate. That's super good for your first go. What about King? What about G5 after 97? G5. Yeah, yeah. What about G5? Uh, this wire is pissing me off, man. I keep trying to move it, and it's like gets stopping me moving. Alright, check here, there, G5. Check here. Damn. What about G5? Check G5. Queen E5. Check. Look with the pawn or step up. Wait, wait, wait. If he steps up, we have this. Wait, 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 wait. Here, there, here, there. We have to give this check though. No, we don't have to give the check. No, yeah, no, we do have to give the check. Wait, wait, wait. No, we don't give that check. If he steps up, we play here. He's now there. Knight's here. So what? His only moves here. Push to P. No. Take. Guys, I'm playing this. I'm playing this anyway. At some point, you should always try to figure out puzzles in your head. But because we're so far and so ahead, let me just play this move and then let's just picture what happens after. I'm pretty sure it's Queen E8, Knight D7. Let's just work out what happens. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong. The world's gonna end. Let's do the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay. Okay. So the world didn't end. And the joke is that like obviously the world doesn't end. I'm just trying to say the worst possible scenario is we get stuff wrong. If anyone's not understanding what I'm trying to say, I'm not the one blowing up the nuke. I'm trying to say, like what's the worst that can happen if we get this puzzle wrong? The world's gonna end. Of course, you lose a game of chess. You lose a game of chess. Like it isn't that much of a big deal. I'm sure to like some people it is, but in reality, if you've got food in your belly, house of your head, people who love you, all these sorts of stuff, smart devices, I'm sure you're doing pretty well, right? You know what I mean? Don't let the chess get over your head. Queen 5. One sec, let's play 97 before I even look at that line, because I don't want people to I don't want to read stuff. I want to try and figure something on. I'm playing 97. Because even if he's right and it isn't 97, I would have got it wrong. Okay, so let's go here. Wow. Wow, and he sacks the queen, so this has just got to be good. We've already worked this out. We've already worked this out. Now, I didn't fully understand why this worked. If I'm completely honest, I think if I channeled my inner witty, Maybe it was just something like, I don't know. But this doesn't work. We can just take the queen. This check doesn't work. This does nothing. Okay, he wins back a rook, but we're all Gucci. I can't give the check anymore because he covers the square. Awesome, but we will click back onto that one and let's go through some sort of analysis. Because this is, again, it isn't just about getting stuff right. It's about understanding stuff right. Getting stuff right, understanding stuff right. Probably said right too many times there. Probably could speak better Anglais, but I can't actually speak English at all. I'm a much better writer than I'm a speaker. And even then, I'm not that good at writing either, unfortunately. But I try. I try, man. What do we play here? This is mate and 8. So okay, we do play here. G6, obviously. Ah, what? Oh, we needed to see this. I don't know how they didn't see that. The queen defends it. Okay, that's pretty much simple. We're chasing them into the open. It's got to be kind of perilous. Okay, it's so perilous that he has to take. That's the only reason why it's not 96. If he goes here, I guess we go here, he goes there, and that's me. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I just didn't see rook to d6. We're after 35. Alright, that's cool. And what was the other guy's line? Did the guy say something different? Let me scroll up one sec, guys. Okay, queen e8, king d7, rook d8. Okay, we saw that. Oh, rook a1, king h2. Rook d8? No, the guy with the queen e8, you can't play rook d8 because the knight's on d7. You can't move through pieces, right? The only way we can play this move is with our knight. Oh no, he's saying rook d8 off the bat. No, we already worked this out. I can't move my rook off the bat rank because I lose. I lose to this. Remember, the rook has to stay on the back rank, guys. We calculated this earlier on. I don't know if you was here. This was the original thought. We did calculate bringing the rook up, but as soon as you realize that the queen's just going to drop down because it's not forced. The queen gives a check. We come here. He goes there, and we're in a mate net. We have to block it, which then it leaves this pawn weak, and then the rook can take, and we're getting simple ladder mate. Okay, guys. This was completely winning. The rook line that we calculated was completely winning, and the other line, which I think Noah suggested or someone suggested, sorry, I'm not going to scroll way back up, but someone suggested the pawn push, which was a sneaky resource. There's always a resource in chess. Unfortunately, it failed to. Then you could lift the rook up because it comes with check. The difference is bringing the rook behind the queen wasn't with check. It wasn't forcing enough. He was able to give us check, right? They then do chess, captured some threats, and believe you me, the engine is finding it. Okay, 6-6. Are we gonna get 6-7? I don't know. Is the world gonna end? I don't know. Maybe one day. Probably not. Let's roll. Alright. Chess captures threats. I'm doing it right, and okay, we can do that. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I'm that old. This we can give this check, which obviously looks good because both our knights look super bad. I say we can give this check. Yeah, we can give this check. We don't have to move. Oh, the queen's hanging as well though. But this check is forced. Right, the pawn's pinned. So we don't have to respond to anything quite as of yet, okay? If he goes here, well, I don't know how the hell he's stopping this, mate. I don't think he can. I guess he can. He can come here, which is annoying. And so we go here. He can't come to there. So that's his only move. Can't draw arrows. So he's here. So we got a piece here. He's there. We'd love to come here, set up this mate, but the knight defends it. So that's no good either. Obviously, it saves our knight. We save both our pieces from being forked. Little material count, 2 majors, 2 minors, 2 majors, 2 minors, and even amount of pawns. Okay, so materials even. Materials even. Check. Ah, if he comes here and we go there, I know we've already talked about this. He can come here. I was about to say that's mate because the knight blocks the escape square. The knight blocks the escape square. I'm pretty sure this is the first move. It's just that he has this resource. He has this resource. Do I not have any sort of way of combating that? Or is there some sort of fork after? We can take with 2 pieces as well, so it's just like so much more difficult to calculate. Oh no, wait, if he goes here, that's mate. What am I going on about? That's a 2-knight checkmate. So he has to come here. So wait, he has to come there, which changes it everything, because that's forcing. That's completely forcing. And then, isn't that a two-knight checkmate again? Wait, then he has to go. Yo, I think it's a two-knight checkmate. Oh my gosh, wait. I think. Channel my inner Witty, bro. Witty Alien would get this in a blitz game. Um, he has to go here. I then hop there. He has to go. That's just mate, isn't it? No. He can step up. Oh, I didn't. I know. Yeah, no. That free square. That square is free now. Fuck. Fuck. I shouldn't have played that movie so quick. It ain't no longer covering it if I hop in. What am I not understanding? Queen here, there. Can I block? No, you can just take. Because then we would be setting up. We don't need the two-knight checkmate. We can just set up mate there. Here, there, block. He just takes. Because even if I take, the knight can still take. So what am I missing? Here, there. Oh, wait. Yo. Here, there, here. And what does that do? Check. If he takes. No, I can't even come to the square because the king's there. King's there. One sec, guys. I will check your guys what going on in the barn. What all your lines in one sec. I just don't want to see. Just want to try what this one now. 6-7 is crazy. Here, there, here, there. How do I prevent this? Oh no! I thought I had it then. Thought I come here, guys. He comes here. Rook check. Removing the defender, but rook still defends, which is crazy. He has two defenders on this square, which is crazy. That was nearly a dope plan. Because if we remove the defender, then we could just win the queen. Damn. I'm scrolling up. Let me see what go on. Let me have a little sip on a drink. Knight g6. Maybe I'll scroll too far up. Following knight f6. If he gets the, if queen f6, queen f6. Do you mean queen d4? Are we talking about the same puzzle? I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm tired. The legendary knight e5. Yeah, I thought knight e5 as well, but he can just take. He can still just take. I come here, he goes there. I use it to block, setting up this mate, but he can just take because the knight still defends. Right? Queen f6. Calculate knight g6, king g8, knight e7. Yeah, that's just what I was looking at as well. So here, there. No, knight g7 isn't forcing enough after because there's no checks. Here, there. Knight g7. Wait, what are you saying? Knight g7. The knight can't go to g7. That's where the king. Knight e7. Sorry. Yeah. E7. Yeah. But the queen would take my queen, or the pawn would take. Yeah, we're doing puzzle rush, so we're on our PB, guys. We're 10 over our PB now. We've been going at it for hours. We didn't expect to get this high. I didn't expect to get this high ever in my life. I didn't ever expect to get 56. I mean, my head's hurting a bit now. If I'm honest, we're getting there. We're getting to the tiredness. It's kicking in slowly, surely. but we're gonna try. This one's hard. I need to go to the toilet as well. Good night, Noah. Thank you for joining again, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself and found some stuff more entertaining, educational, all that sort of stuff. He takes, I come here, he goes there. Goes there. Here, there. Oh, wait. Here, there. 97. He takes. Here, there. 97. He takes. I come here. But he's still watching this whole diagonal and we've lost a piece and he's going to be able to come in at some point, right? But then I get this. He runs. He runs. Check. Are we down material? No, we're even. I think I found the perpetual though. I think I actually did find the perpetual. I think if we go here and he comes there, I give this check, the knight takes, we take here. He isn't forcing though, he's got a lot of moves he could do after, to be fair. Not as moves after, but we could take this pawn's hanging, like we're completely exposing the king. Like maybe that knight sacrifice would be worth the exchange, because he would have to run to here after the check. He can't come back and block because we got mate. So I think we could juggle these two checks. Maybe. But I don't think that's it. I think my lines works. Just a line in checking. Wait, after sacking the knight on e7, I'm assuming you mean, not e6. e7, queen h6, threatening. You're saying a lot of wrong squares, bro. I'm sure you're meaning something well. Let me go back up. Calculate knight g6, knight e7. Keep playing puzzles. Do try this. The nuke is upon us. The nuke is upon. The world's about to end, bro. I'm about to lose elo. The queen can't take the queen. Why can't the queen take the queen? Here, here, there. It isn't about the queen taking the queen. It's about the queen preventing this mate. It eyes the g7 square through my queen. Alright. So when he comes here, all of this kind of comes a bit obsolete. I could get this check. He goes in and trade, but then it's just a trade. And I guess you could argue if we look at our starting position, maybe like it looked like we was losing a piece, and we wormed into a way that we're not going to be losing a piece anymore. Because we come here, he has to come here. We could then give this check, saving it from this pawn again. He takes, we trade, and we go from there. You could argue that our king's slightly safer. These pawns are a bit slightly advanced, and we can play the endgame, and we're even on material. Who knows? Our knight's a bit more active, you could argue. Queen f6 for me, followed by that line. Queen f6. Queen f6 seems the most forcing thing to do, right? So if we go here and he steps up, I just don't see what we can do. The two night dream is the nightmare. The two night dream has turned into a nightmare. Knight on h8, threatening queen f7. The bishop defends f7. Queen, the bishop defends f7, so this square is safe. Guys, I'm going to leave it on for one more second, and I'm going to come back. If you guys are not got good lines, let me go to the toilet one more time, finish this last bit of G. The juice is flowing. Be back 2 minutes. Alright, let's rock and roller. Let's rock and roller. Geo Franco Zola. Okay, someone's added me. Hold. It's added you, bro. Join the chat. Do foxes outside your place screech really loud? There's a lot going through my neighbour's rubbish recently. Yeah, but the thing is, like, we feed our foxes. Like, I don't get why people like say like people hate foxes. Oh, because they mess up my rubbish. Yeah, you know why they're going into their rubbish? Because there's food in there. Yeah, we take the food that we would put in the rubbish and put it in a box, and therefore foxes are not stupid. Foxes ain't just gonna tear up rubbish if there ain't food in there, right? So you put the food out for the foxes, and they won't tear up your rubbish no more, right? So you put the food in the box, and yeah, they make a little bit of noise. They might like do a little bit of screeching and play with each other or whatever as they're eating it, but they slowly go past it. So that's the whole point. That's what you need to do. Like, if you don't want foxes going in your bins and that, you create a food waste bit. Just all your little scraps, you just put in a little something and just put it where, like, outside, and boom, just like that. Then therefore they're not tearing through your bins to get the rubbish. You just leave the food for them to get. Like, um, and yeah, they make a bit of noise, but we make noise, right? We make noise all night, all through London. As a human population. Please try chess, no other topic. Okay. To be fair, I'm just asking in my chat. We talk about stuff. I mean, I like chess, but I'm a bit more into chess. But I'm just gonna do this move because I'm done anyway. But I appreciate you saying please because of your that's very nice of you to say, and I get that you want to do about chess, but I do like talking about other stuff, and I will talk about other stuff inevitably. So you'll have to forgive me. Please forgive me for talking about other stuff. Okay. Um, I'm not sure though. I don't think it's this either. I can't see the win, but I can't see anything else that we can do. Wait, what if we take the queen? We ain't actually calculated this. He takes. Check, but then we got two pieces hanging. We got two pieces hanging. He takes. Here, there. Maybe it is this sacrifice idea. He comes here, we take the pawn. So we go here, goes there. He has to play queen d4. He has to play queen d4. We do this, he takes. We could take back and we just even, or we could take this pawn and trying to start create some, sacrifice the piece to open up the king. Alright, I'm just gonna play it, guys. We're gonna get it right. I think the nuke's going off. We're gonna do a countdown. I can't think of any other move. It's probably the wrong move because I can't think of any other move. So it probably is the wrong move. This doesn't do anything, right? It just comes here. We give a check. He can just take. Check. Comes here. Check. Oh wait, the bishop can take. Then we got this check. Oh no, we won't. The queen covers it. After queen h6, play f5 so we can. He plays f5. He plays f5. No, you don't play f5. Yeah, I've done super well. I'm super happy. I'm super happy. If we get this one wrong, it is what it is. Okay, let's do it, guys. I think everyone's a bit tired. Everyone's getting it had a bit enough. Pawn f5. You can't play pawn f5 because our queen's on f6. The queen takes h6. Oh, you meant in that line where we go here and I go there. Level 66 Bomber Clark. Trust me, Bomber Clark, Ross Clark, Pele. You know what I mean? Mofo clicking his name. Pele. If you don't know that joke, you must not be into stand-up comedy. Yeah. I get you now. I get you now. I'm just gonna play it. I can't think of anything else, man. I'm done. We're done, mate. We're done. We're happy. We're happy with what we got. We'll happily go to heaven. You know what I mean? If the nuke goes off, mate, we died a happy man. That's all we can say. We died doing what we love. Someone's added me again. Oh no, they haven't. I don't know why that does that. Okay. It shows the notification even after I accepted it, which is a bit, chess.com a bit doo-doo. Sort out your Mofo app. Okay. I'm just going to do it, guys. Good night. 3, 2, 1. Damn, I really wanted to just spend as much time and try to get everything right. You can't get everything right. Can't always get everything right. Right, let's do it. At least this is a forcing move, right? It's a forcing move because he has to play this. So let's just work it out after that. Maybe we can see something a bit better. It's got to be queen f6. This doesn't work. This doesn't work, does it? No. Channel the witty, bro. Queen can't block mate because h6 no. Gives f6 and g7. h5 knight, you mean? Alright, let's just do it. Alright, 3, 2. Dude, look. Oh, everyone's just talking just as I'm about to play. Go on, do that, me. Do that now. I'm gonna wait for Stockfish to say his line, but I'm gonna go queen f6. Or maybe I'm just gonna do it. I might not even wait, if I'm honest. I think we're just gonna play it. We get it wrong, I kind of want to get it wrong. I need to go to bed. Queen f6. Queen d4. Knight e7. What after king h7? Oh, after we go knight e7, the king don't have to go to h7. The knight will take. The knight will take. If he goes, if it doesn't take, then and plays that, then I don't know. We'll go from there. Let's just do it. 3, 2, 1. You get a line wrong, gift a sub. You don't have to give sub. It's fine. Okay, so we've done it. Okay. No nukes yet, bro. No bombs yet. Iran is safe. momentarily. All right. Okay. Now if I take, oh no, the rook, the queen don't have to. The rook, I thought the knight might take, and then we could have this check. But the rook's gonna take. Still blocking this check. Okay. We take, he takes, I take, and we're just losing. Okay, so now, if I'm honest, if I'm completely honest, if this is the line, the only possible move that makes sense in the position is knight to e7 and doing this sort of crap. It's the only thing that makes sense. The rook covers it, the knight will just take the check. At least if we give this check, okay, the knight takes. I'm assuming we don't just trade pawns. I'm assuming we grab this. But the queen's still blocking this whole diagonal. But with the knight gone, so we go here, he takes, we take. He's got so many moves that he could play. It's not even funny. Um, it's not even funny, man. Thanks for the site recommendations. I just got 24 on my first try. Big up yourself, Rio, man. That's so good. That's so good. It took me ages to get 20. It took me ages to get to 20. Glad you've done it, man. I'm glad you've done it. All the best for you to get in 25 tomorrow, bro. And I'm sure if you've done that on your first try, spend a bit of time and you'll get 30 in no time, man. When you get 30, 30 is like separates, you're entering like intermediate phase of tactical understanding for sure. Like 20 is a great start. Like even getting to 20, that's kind of like you're solid. You haven't just started playing chess. Do you know what I mean? You have a good understanding of basic tactics. 30 is just like okay, you're a bit more like solid. Like you're more consistent. Like you're more consistent, right? You're not just there's a difference between beginners. Like some beginners can still understand chess, but they're just not consistent, right? They'll get one right and then they're not seeing a pin. The next game they see a pin this time, then they miss a basic fork. You're getting 30. It shows you kind of you're 9 out of 10 times you're spotting basic tactics. I need to get premium for more tries. Yeah, if you're looking to improve your chest, I think premium, you know, okay, it's however much a month. I play yearly, so I pay. I don't even have the full diamond one. I just have the one below that because unlimited reviews. Reviews one of the best things you can do to improve your games as well. So it isn't just unlimited puzzle rush. Unlimited puzzle rush is just one aspect of it. You also get unlimited reviews, um, which is massively helpful. And it works out. I think I pay £45 a year or something like that. Which is I don't know. I'm not that good at maths. What, £8, £7 a month? You spend that on one bit of fast food a day. Cut out buying fizzy drinks for a week or something like that. And and if you play chess every day, it's way worth the investment. Do you know what I mean? You should always be invested. Like if it's good for your mind, body, soul, it's worth investing in. Better quality food, you know, gym memberships, you know, chess, things that you actually like, books, these are all things that is what money's for at the end of the day. If that means you have to cut out some fizzy drinks or a fast food meal, let's be real, you should be doing that. You need to come to that level of awareness where, this sort of stuff's going to benefit you, make you way more happier and satisfied than some quick dopamine hit. I've been stuck at 750-ish because I've never trained puzzles consistently. I'm telling you, puzzles is the way, man. That's all I've done. There's a viral clip of Hikaru saying people can get to title players, can get to title level just with tactics. Like if you're really good at tactics, even if your other aspects of your game are kind of weak, because it shows that you've got calculation. To be good at tactics, it isn't just being tactically aware. It shows that you're able to calculate, which, like I said, isn't me saying it. When I say about this stuff, it's because I've read a few books, I've watched lots of videos and absorbed lots of content. Okay, guys, I think I'm just going to play this because there's no other move I can think of. There's realistically no other move I can think of that it makes any sort of sense. This just loses. We just sacrifice a knight for no reason. I guess we could come this way, but it isn't as forcing. This is a check. Knight has to take. What's the take? Maybe we do take after. Maybe it was also just saving our pieces, guys. Because these high level puzzles, I mean, I've had puzzles before even lower than this where it isn't, you don't even get to some sort of definite win. It was just like saving yourself on the position. Like we was forked, the position looked kind of perilous, and we save ourselves, right? We go knight here, he takes, I take. He tries to trap me in. I can always escape. My knight's always safe. And you could actually argue, if you look at king safety, we're probably slightly better. 97 looks nice. Okay, let's go 97. I think everyone's talking about 97. One sec, let me scroll back up. You guys have been talking. I need to get premium for more tries. Now, Queen H8 don't work. Queen H8 is an interesting idea, but it doesn't work. Because you can still step up. You can still step up. W. Maybe I should get 600 elo. Maybe good luck 6-7. Thank you so much. Okay, 95. Just play lots of chess as well. Play lots of chess. Play lots of games. Like, don't worry about losing elo. Like, you need to play games. It's just like streaming. Like, I know I'm not the best streamer, right? But the only way I'm going to get better at streaming, better at talking, better at communicating, more entertaining is by doing it. Unfortunately, it's just by doing it. And you guys understand, I've only been doing it a few months. Of course, in a year or two time, we're going to look back at me and be like, oh, like, look how much you sucked at streaming. Look how you got this or whatever, blah, blah. Yeah, like every streamer sucked. You look at Gotham Chess's first videos. He was nowhere near as confident as he is today, etc., etc. Hikaru, all these sorts of people, right? Sometimes you just got to do stuff and just not worry about the outcome and just be like, yeah, like, you know, I'm going to improve. It is what it is. Okay, I'm going to play 97, guys. Let's do another countdown. Nuke's about to go off. I think I got stuck. Let me just read the rest of the chat because I'm not all the way to the bottom here. I think I got stuck at 750 because I know train puzzle. 95. 95. King F8. King won't go F8. He will just take my knight. So I have to just stop you that line there because he won't go King F8. He's got no reason to go King F8 if Knight F5. Or the same as there. If I go here, this is more better than 95 because it's forcing, it's a check. The knight would have to respond. If I do anything else, he's just going to take my queen. Or take my knight. Yeah, my line might not really work. But 95 looks better. But 97, King H7, then what? King can't come to H7. Oh, Knight H7. You mean Knight H7? Knight is with an N. K is the notation for king. I know knight is spelt with a K, but in chess it's the notations with an N. Queen covers escape squares when in H7, then knight F7. I think 95, 97 is the only move that makes it. 95. Wait. Here, there, here. Thing is, that after we take this pawn, he's got a free move. It doesn't come with tempo or anything. There's so many things he could play. This is what's confusing me about that line. I can't picture it. You don't have to take the blame. No one take the blame. Just because you recommend stuff, don't feel bad. If I listen to you, it's my choice, right? You know, pro-choice, free choice, whatever. I've still not made it to the bottom, so I might be reading like you guys are putting. Back well, 66. This is the highest I've ever seen you get. Yeah, DJ James. This is the highest I've ever been. I mean, I've only ever been to 56 before this, and that was the highest I've ever got. You know, 55. I've only been above 50 maybe 5 times. Do you have Oberyn recognition? I've been trying strange stuff, and I don't know what to invest time on. Just play something solid, man. Just play any E4 opening, E5 opening, as long as you're playing the same. If you want any recommendation, I actually played the D4. I played the London system with white, and I played like the King's Indian and Perk systems. These are kind of modern systems with black, where you kind of fianchetto. But Caro-Kann, I'd probably maybe avoid the Sicilian because the Sicilian's very difficult, like C5 openings with black. But as long as you're playing the same opening, it isn't too bad. As long as you're not pushing pawns on the wing and you're trying to invent your own system, that's not the way to go. Play standard E4 openings. Italians or d4. Like I said, I played the London up to 1400. Very solid, very easy to learn because there's system-based setups. Basically, whatever your opponent plays, you pretty much play the same moves. A few little tactical tricks you'll have to be aware, but you just review your game, see where you went wrong, and you quickly learn. The biggest thing, you can't really go wrong at that level because of even if you come out of the opening -1, -2, that isn't going to decide the game. Your opponent is going to blunder some basic tactic in the middle or end game. You just need to capitalize on that. So, bro, just play the same thing. If you want me to recommend you something, maybe the London system, just because it's a system best set up with white and with black. If they ever play d4, play the King's Indian to d4. And if they ever play e4, maybe play the Caro-Kann, which is what Gotham chess plays to this day at master level. Um, Knight to h8 a move. It's knight to h8. No, he just takes our queen. Knight to h8. I did consider these sort of ones, but it just doesn't. It's not forcing enough. The only forcing move in the position is e5, unfortunately. Or taking this because we know the rook or the knight. Probably the rook's going to take, so we can get the double stack, and we have no knight e5 because of the knight takes. Imagine about where you complete one puzzle a day to live, and then the puzzles get harder and harder indefinitely. What about knight f6? Knight f6 didn't work when my queen wasn't here. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm thinking about sacking the knight. I'm thinking about sacking the knight. He takes, and then we take here. But I just don't know like, what does he do after that. Like, there's so many options. Maybe he has to defend his pawn somehow, because we are about to tear open the position with check. The queen has to remain defensive this diagonal. That's the only really thing that we can say. But the only other thing is that once we take this pawn, because the knight's on e5, he's able to block. He's able to block. So I'm thinking maybe knight e5 and take. Honestly, at this rate, I'm thinking just take and call it a day. Say, you know what? Like, we take this starting position and we end with not losing any piece. And my queen's on the 7th, right? Obviously, this piece will be traded off with the knight. I'm more active. Your king's weaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, if like it's materially speaking, it's a draw. But it's probably like 0 plus 5, if not maybe slightly better for white. Could, like you said, yeah, just get the PC, yeah, because of like I have bought one course. It's called the Woodpecker method. You might just want to write it down and look into it. It's like a known chess method for studying tactics, and you basically, yeah, I won't go into it. Just Google the Woodpecker method, and on some of these grandmaster positions and things like that, there isn't always a complete winning tactic. It's just like kind of just getting slight, improving your position, making it better. I'm gonna play 95. If bombs go off, 97, sorry, and we'll just go from there. Maybe 95 works. No, I can't see anything. We get it wrong, guys. We get it wrong. Is it just to trade queens? No, we won't trade queens because this knight's trapped. This knight's trapped because he'll take with the rook, and then my knight's trapped. So we have to play 95. I think we have to play 3, 2, 1, and it's wrong. Wow, it's over. I'm free. We're free, guys. We can go home. You can go to sleep. Happy man. I can die peacefully. I got a message from someone. I don't know what they're saying. What the hell is the move here? What is the move? Let's have another little think before we do it. What is the move here? If it's knight e5, I'm gonna go crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's disgusting. You sack the knight to come here, freeing up the queen square. And it's forcing. This is why I didn't consider this move after. Like, I should have gone one move more ahead. Gone one more move ahead. The reason why this move's so good is because of, like, we knew he was going to take. I don't know why I didn't consider this after. Why I didn't consider this after. Because of this is mate. It's just a mate for it. You're just setting up a mate for it. This move's so bossy because obviously it disconnects. So we knew he was going to take. And with this, the difference is, let's find out the difference. Can't really see too much of the difference if I'm completely honest. Oh yeah, it's already. I've already said that. I've already said that. We already know the difference. It's because he can come back to here. It's crazy. We go here. It's just even. It's just a draw. And someone said they go H7, which is kind of crazy. They don't actually even take the knight. What do you even do? You don't do nothing. He's guarding this pawn. So knight e5 was really the only option. Brilliant move. Wow, let's take a photo of that. Let's take a photo of this position. We'll make a video about this, guys, because this is some informative mofo. Alright, well, guys, we've been streaming for hours. I hope you guys enjoyed it, guys. I hope you all learned something. Sorry that I got it wrong. We didn't get to get quite to, what did we end on? 66, man. We didn't even get 6-7. The meme memed us. Um, maybe I should have gone 95. It's always easier retrospective. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm super happy. I can't believe we ever got this high. I never ever dreamed of getting this stuff high. Guys, I think this is the longest stream I've done. Maybe I've done a 3 hour stream before, but definitely not starting at like 10 o'clock. I definitely haven't streamed till 20 past 1 in the morning. So, guys, I hope that you're happy wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. But I'm going to get some well needed shut eye. And we will be back tomorrow with some more brilliant moves. And you know what? We'll probably just be playing viewers and playing Blitz. We'll give the puzzle rush a break. Because I don't think we're going to be beating this anytime soon, as we're not going to be investing like 4 hours, 5 hours into a puzzle rush anytime soon. Um, but I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we did it, guys. I'm glad we did it. And these are the ones where you learn the most from, man. Wow, you gifted 3 subs, Perfect Path. Thank you so much. Tiger Lucky is someone who is definitely. What if we took the knight instead of the queen, Tila? What if we took the knight? If he didn't take it with the queen, do you mean if he took with the knight? If he took with the knight, we have mate. He has to take with the queen to the queen's eyeing the G7 square. So if he took with the knight, it would have just been completely losing. We would have had mate, bro. Yeah, yeah. So he had to take this to remain sight. But the difference with once we come here, why can't I click onto it again? Can't I do the moves? Obviously, you saw the continuation of the puzzle, right? So mate becomes unstoppable. The reason this is why I was talking yesterday on my stream, I need to brush up on checkmating patterns. One of the checkmating patterns earlier that I knew about actually made me figure out the puzzle. If you can remember when I had the rook and the knight behind with that pattern, like that's a checkmating pattern. This is an even easier checkmating pattern. Like if you recognize that once you're here, the king's cut off and you just need to right. This is called a mating net. So whenever the king is in a mating net, i.e. it has no legal moves outside of the square that it's on, you only need to deliver this check. It only needs a check becomes a checkmate. And this is why just like in real life, we know girls and women, they love ponies, they love horses. Chess is no different. Sorry, excuse me. Queen and the knight are best friends in chess because of they have beautiful mating patterns between them. Unlike say like a queen and a bishop. Queen and the bishop have hardly no mating patterns other than when they have a battery on each other. Where the queen and the knight, they have lots of different kind of mating patterns. Not just this one, they have several other ones as well. Which is why if you just have a queen, obviously generally a bishop's better in the end game when queens are off the board, but when queens are on the board, a queen and a knight can be a very good combo. Obviously, it all is positional based and depends on the exact position. But GG guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and yeah, take it all easy, stay positive, and all the best with your chess journeys, guys. We're getting there, and I'm so glad we're getting to go through this journey together, and I appreciate you all for being here. Big up everyone who followed me. Smash that like button and give us a follow if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next one. See you later, Sir Azam. Have a great day. Great night.